You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation collecting season. Come on, won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather round the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Gonna talk to guests, only got some fans. Gonna put their knowledge to the test. Gonna laugh and eat, gonna listen dreams. Gonna show you things you've never seen. Gonna sing a song to the break of dawn. Gonna rock this party all night long. So come on everybody, let me see you dance. Get yourself ready, you got one more chance. You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation collecting season. Come on, won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather round the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's going on? Got a little feedback going on. Welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Joe Rad. It's the PlayStation Collectors Podcast. We're on season 3, episode 32, which is absolutely insane to me. And joining us again this evening as a co-host is Radical Reggie. How's it going, brother?
It's going good. I hear an echo, so I'm trying to fix that real fast.
Okay, so you got some echo coming through. That's all right. So yeah, I can hear that too. Someone's got some speaker action going on. Is it me? No, it ain't me. It's all good. But anyway, our special guest this evening joining us from the NSquaredPodcast is Mr. Nerdy Nick himself. Thanks for joining us.
Hey guys, how's it going, man?
It's going awesome, dude. Thanks for joining. Happy to
Oh
have
yeah,
you.
happy to be here. Really excited.
Yep. Hold on, I'm gonna mute Reggie for a minute while he fixes that. There we go. But yeah, dude, wicked nice to have you here. If anybody doesn't know, Nerdy Nick has his own channel on YouTube. He does his own podcast. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your channel, Nick?
Yeah, so I am the lead host of the NSquaredPodcast over at the NSquaredPodcast YouTube channel. We talk about all things video games, pro wrestling, movies, comic books, and whatever just tickles our fancy. We go live every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Arizona time. I say Arizona time because we don't actually partake in the daylight savings time stuff. So the easiest way to just know when we're live is click that bell. That way you get the notification. You don't got to worry about the time zone junk, and you just kick back, relax, and have a good time with your boys.
Right on.
Yeah.
So what made you want to start doing YouTube videos?
Gosh, I started almost 9 years ago, way back. And way back then it was totally different. It was The Daily Dude, and it was just like a late night talk show kind of thing. You know, I did it in my garage at the time, and you know, I just kind of I always felt like I just wanted to entertain people. You know, I wanted to find a way to get people smiling and just having a good time outside of work and this and that, because I know I needed it for myself too. But it was always tailored towards gaming as well. And I was a big fan of AVGN, of course, for a long time. And then Metal Jesus Rocks, of course. And I was just like, you know what? I really just want to get rid of all the other excess stuff and just focus on gaming and be like the guys that I watch, you know. And, you know, not saying they're old, but I mean, hey, it's called a spade. Metal Jesus got some gray hair going on. I thought, you know what? I'm of the newer, younger generation. I've got different gaming experiences. I've got games that came out during my time that I really liked that maybe they didn't like. So I wanted to kind of like spread a light, you know, shine a light on those kinds of things. I know, like, for example, I actually really like Twisted Metal 3. You know, a lot of people don't, but
Yes,
I love
it.
You like 3? Oh man,
I love 3.
I
love 3.
I gotta disagree with you.
Yeah, but you know, that was the one that I was first allowed to play, or like first, you know, played. You know, 1 and 2 came out just a little bit before my parents were like, okay, you can play this kind of game, you know. So
Oh, I could see that for sure.
yeah,
that
you know,
clearly not appropriate for kids.
especially like running over the civilians and stuff, you know. Like
I love that, dude. That's like my favorite about the little screams. And but the stories in that game are messed up. Like,
they are.
Stories are really messed up.
So that monkey's paw stuff, you know.
Yeah, pretty much. 100%.
Yeah.
So
But,
have you watched?
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to ask you, have you watched the TV show yet?
I've watched it twice.
Okay, I think I asked you this maybe before, but I wasn't sure. Okay.
Yeah. No, I really like the show. At first, I was a little apprehensive. I was like, I want the tournament, but where the show leads to, it got me super excited for what's to come. You know,
right?
And Samoa Joe as Sweet Tooth and Will Arnett doing the voice was just perfect. Yeah. There was like one time you could tell, you know, Samoa Joe wasn't talking, but other than that, you know, like you just get immersed in that world, and it's so crazy and zany. It's literally what you would expect out of a Twisted Metal show. So that's pre-tournament,
right?
Yeah,
I really like the vibe of that show. Like it's a fun show, and I don't know, I just don't feel like we get a lot of just fun shows like that where it doesn't take itself seriously and it's kind of goofy and it's just trying to be kind of entertaining and silly and but still good, you know. But like I really enjoy the like the self-awareness the show has in a way.
Kind of like a fourth wall type deal.
Yeah, and like I feel like they're actually like, what would a show be? What kind of show would, like, it's like a throwback almost to, like, you know, because for the audience is obviously going to be a little older for that, you know, people who want to watch Twisted Metal show. So they tried to almost give it like an older show vibe, I feel.
Well,
where it has some like edgy humor and it's kind of crude and, you know.
And in the show too, the world ended in the 90s. So the 90s is like the last bit of like entertainment that they all know and still remember. Peak. Yeah. So that was really cool to see. But yeah, that's pretty much what we do over at the channel. You know, aside from the podcast, I do weekly uploads now talking about different topics, whether it be, you know, hidden gems, you know, like Radical Reggie over there, just not as good yet. But hidden gems, or like what games are tickling my fancy, you know. Right now I'm getting together a video. We'll do a little sneak peek here with you guys here. So my next video that's going to be up tomorrow, fingers crossed, is a starter PS1 collection for $100, and that's including the console. So console and 5 games with at $100. So
nice. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good games on the PS1 that are still affordable that I think are fantastic games.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know.
100%, man. Like, I think we talked about a couple when I was on your channel, Nick. I was telling you about this game called Covert Ops. It's like a Resident Evil action game, but it's like it's so cool and nobody knows about it. You know, it's such a good game, and it's like $10, $15 at the most. So lots of cool gems on that system. They're still on the cheap.
Oh yeah. Doing my research for this video, it really kind of opened my eyes a little bit with some of the games I had in my collection that I thought were cheap. And I started looking things up, and I'm like, I bought this for $5 and now it's $50. What the hell?
It used to be. Yeah.
And it's funny. Some of the stickers I got on them too, they're like, you know, from like 2015 or whatever, you know, like Tiny Tank. I got that for like $4.50. And you look it up right now and it's like $20. You're like, dang. Okay.
Yeah. It's like, no matter what you do with a game today, if you buy a game, it's like it becomes an investment because it jumps up in value. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things, when I say cheap, when I say games are cheap on a PS1, all that in the retro world, that means like you can get decent games for less than $50. That in my mind is cheap. Like, you know, like other systems, like a cheap Saturn game, like might be like a lot more. You know,
$75, you know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And then you get into like weird systems in Neo Geo, and it starts to get skewed. But when I say cheap, I'm saying like you can still find like cool borders for $15, maybe NHL, you know, NFL Blitz or something.
Yeah.
You know, some versions of it for cheap. Like they're good games. Like you can, I don't know. Like I still feel like people sleep on racing games. I don't know why. I'm glad they're still relatively cheap, but like if you enjoy racing games, you eat well because there's
Mhm.
lots of them and they're cheap and they're usually a decent amount of content in those games. So if you enjoy them,
Right.
Oh yeah.
you know, you got all the tracks to unlock, the cars to unlock. Some of them, you know, Gran Turismo, you know, customization. You go on for a long time, and they're pretty cheap.
Mhm.
So, you know,
A lot of the later era PS1 games too that kind of flew under the people's radars because they were getting ready for the PS2 are actually really good as well. There's a game that I covered called C12 Final Resistance.
Yes.
That's
Excellent
a really
game.
fun game. Also, Roscoe McQueen Firefighter Extreme is another really fun game, and those are both, I think, like $10 each right now, like complete in box.
Okay.
So a lot of later stage, you know, PlayStation 1 games that are still like, I was surprised when I put my video out. I had so many people going, I have never heard of Tiny Tank before. I have never heard of C12 before. And these are games from like 99 to 2002. So I'm like, well, it kind of makes sense, you know. Everyone's paying attention to the PS2 drop or the Dreamcast at the time.
Yeah, I've always like I said, I'm obviously a fanboy. I'm obviously a Sony pony or whatever. But like I always say, like when people talk about the like the game libraries, I'm like PS1 is deep. It is deep. There
Mhm.
is so many good games on it, and like I said, like when you compare them to the other consoles at the time, like they're good consoles, but the library does not compete. Like the N64 doesn't. I'm sorry, like it doesn't like it's got a lot of great games, but there's just a small number. I'm just talking about
Right.
sheer numbers. I'm not talking quality or whatever. I'm talking about the sheer volume of
Right.
the
Good
library.
games.
Yeah, that's why the PS1
Mhm.
like it's just
Well,
insane.
if you
Like,
remember,
just
Joe,
keep
like during
going.
that era, like a lot of developers were very creative, and they were able to like create their ideas that they wanted for those systems. PS1, PS2, even I would say somewhat to the PS3. You had a lot of creative ideas for what did I for games and everything like that. They weren't like how it is today, where everybody's trying to play it safe and do the same formula over and over again. They're not being creative. Back then, you know, it was so much creativity. It was just an amazing time for games. I mean, to me, that'll always be the golden era of video games, the PS1 through the PS2.
Yeah.
So many great games for those systems, and now being able to go back and play those games on like in better quality, like if you play like not just emulators, but like with those devices, you can kind of hook up to make the games look better or whatever like that on modern television.
Upscaler.
Thank you. It makes the experience even better. You know what I mean? Like some people are able to push those games to like a 720p, a 1080p. It's crazy. You know, so yeah.
And they look really nice, and you can get like the smoothing and like the geometry correction stuff going, and like it really does like make the games look like brand new experiences, and it breathes like a whole new life into them. You can do the same thing with PS2 games as well, and like I said, like oh my god, like upscaled PS2 games look so good. Like Burnout looks so good.
Oh,
I'm telling you, it looks like a
Oh,
PS3 game every time I play it. I'm like, this is insane. Like, and it makes you want to try out old games again, like in a way that it's like it's different. Like maybe not like old RPGs again, but like certain games, like you'll sit and having experiences again, like that. So yeah, definitely worth it. Somebody asked in the chat, video game votery, have you guys hit up Walmart yet? And speaking of the topic,
speaking of Walmart,
yeah. Speaking of, holy cow.
So if anybody hasn't heard yet, there was like like caught on fire on Facebook and Twitter, and everybody was just like the word got out, and it was just a feeding frenzy of like chum in the water and sharks everywhere, getting all these games. I went down to my local Walmart and I went and said, "Yep, they're all sold out," and I went home. I don't know about you guys, but that was my experience.
Usually, like when something like that happens, man, like within hours, that Walmart will be like empty for those games because someone will go buy them all up or whatever. So my local Walmart, I don't even bother. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, I think it was Tuesday. I went to about 4 different Walmarts because I'm kind of like right in the middle of all 4. So I hit one and then just kind of did a square and then got home, and I ended up getting 8 games for $50.
Not bad, man.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
And that was like the thing too with like the slim pickings or whatever. There was still a bunch that were left. You know, there was like I want to say just a handful of SKUs that were just totally empty throughout like all of the Walmarts that I went to. But what I found is weird is that I thought, you know, with Walmart being like a corporation, right, that everything would be pretty universal across the board as far as like pricing goes. But each Walmart had different clearance prices for the same games. You know, like AEW Fight Forever would be $10 on the PS5 at one Walmart, and then at the other one it would be $37.88 or something.
And they don't do price compare, I don't think, do they?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty interesting, but as much as I was like excited for the thrill of the hunt, right, seeing what's left out there, seeing if I can get anything good. It was also really sad because I saw the current state of a lot of the game sections, and I only saw one Walmart that actually had the full glass cases that went like a full aisle. There was only one that had that, and I was like, damn. Back in my day, there used to be TVs up there, and you know, you'd play the games looking up and all that, and but everything else, man. I mean, there were like a couple of Walmarts that had PlayStation and Xbox in the same little aisle, and it was just maybe one little like half glass case for both. And Nintendo Switch was like the powerhouse still. They had full sections, and their games were the least amount that were on sale.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
When I went to my local store, it was like, I'd say they had even like sizes for the displays, but the actual physical games like were very sparse in the Xbox and the PlayStation section. So like they had the same display, but there was nothing in them. The Switch one, like you said, it was like a little more full. It like actually had stuff in there.
Yeah.
But there's really only two things that bummed me out. Is that I wouldn't have minded a cheap copy of Star Ocean on the Switch, because I don't really want to pay full price for that because of the stupid download code. But I would have happily bought it for $20 or $10 or whatever. I mean, it's so funny how like I'm the biggest hypocrite. So if you guys ever like, this guy is full of shit. Yeah, you're right. I am. I completely contradict myself constantly. I'm like, I'll never do that. Look what I just bought. I bought it. The same thing I said I'd never buy.
Well,
but once it gets cheap enough, it's different. It's like,
exactly. And, you know, especially, you know, like with the Switch being like a hybrid system, like being able to play certain games on the go, it's nice, you know. But but it sucks though, because Nintendo can put those games on bigger carts and everything, but they choose to put them on the smaller carts and they have you download or whatever like that. That just defeats the whole purpose of having physical. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get that practice. I mean, a lot of people have been yelling at them about it over the years, but they still seem to keep doing it. And it's not. I don't know if it's their idea. I mean, obviously the publisher, you know, could have did something about that, but maybe they could have charged a little bit more for the game. I don't know, but still, like, the whole point of buying physical media is having to get the full game on the cart. You know what I mean? The only thing you want to download is maybe a patch to fix some stuff if they mess things up. But now we're the game testers anyway, so we're going to get a patch no matter what for games. So it's pretty crazy.
I was really bummed out because at one Walmart that I went to, they had Advanced Wars 1 and 2. And I had my Walmart app where you scan the barcode, and it came up as 3 cents. But when it comes up as 3 cents, when you go and take it to the register, it rings up as an error code, and they won't sell it.
What?
Yeah, I was like, please, just like change the price on it, put it to $1, and just let me buy it. And they're like, sorry, we can't. Even the manager was like, sorry, I can't. They had 3 copies of Doom Eternal for the Xbox Series X as well, or it was Xbox, but with the Xbox version of that game, they added some more stuff to it rather than what they did with the PlayStation version. So I was excited. I was like, oh, sweet. It's only 3 cents. Let me get one. And then they told me, and I was like, no. I walked out so dejected.
Yeah. That kind of stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
So what I've been told with that is that they will, like, if a game is like marked to be pulled out of the stores and they're going to send it back and take it off the shelves, they'll mark it down to like 3 cents or whatever, just to keep it in inventory so they can track it. And then they're supposed to take them all off the shelves, and they're supposed to get them all off the floor before you go and buy them all.
Yeah.
So back in the day, I want to say Mr. Whiteway had videos about that, like where you went down and they were like, they'd sell, if you back in the day, they'd be like, yeah, well, they're ringing up as 5 cents. I guess you can have them, and they'd let you do it. But like word got out, and people would like try and find, they'd be doing like going around to all the Walmarts trying to buy them and stuff, and they were like,
sure.
So I think
once the announcement is made, man, everybody starts to do it, then they become aware, and then like, oh, we got to change something, and that's what usually happens. Walmart is the one you at least have to worry about with that, but now they crack down on it. So now we're at the point we're at with them right now.
But I was so bummed because I was like, a Switch game, one that was delayed for a long time too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, sweet. Nope. Nope. Go to GameStop and pay full price.
Yeah, crazy, right? But going into like the whole physical media thing, Nick, you actually had you possibly found out that Walmart might not be doing physical media anymore.
Yeah, so I brought it up on X as soon as I was walking out Walmart yesterday, and people are dragging me through the mud and the coals because of it, and they're saying, "Oh, don't believe this guy," and whatever. But I was literally checking out. I went and bought 2 games, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. That was $5, and Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl or something like that. I bought them for my daughter's class, so because they're doing like a raffle in her class, and I was like, no harm, no foul. Here's some cheap games. Have fun, kids. And I was just talking with the cashier, and I was like, man, it's really wild. Like, they're great deals, but I'm sad that the game selection and everything is just slimming down so much. And she said, yeah, I know. It sucks. My husband hates it. He hates digital gaming. He tries, to buy everything physical. I do too. And I was like, do you know if like this is the beginning of the end for you guys or what's going on? And she said, yeah, actually, we're not supposed to say anything yet, but we're phasing out games and it will be done by the end of the year this year. And she goes, but it's looking like it's going to be sooner. We were only supposed to mark down Xbox games, but now we're marking down a lot of Switch and a lot of PlayStation 5 as well.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, so what are you guys going to do with the space then? And she goes, well, they're supposed to either expand the movies again or expand the books because there's all that right there. And she said it came to her as a surprise when she logged onto her portal, like when they clock in and stuff, and she saw the message there that they were getting ready to do that. And I remember back in December, we covered it on my podcast that Walmart was going to stop selling Xbox games. And that story matched with what she was saying, but then it became everything. So I don't know, man. I'm like, if that's the case, man, like the dominoes started with Best Buy.
Yep.
With the physical media aspect, not just games, but like all the movies and stuff. And then I would assume Walmart's probably the biggest retailer out of, like the superstores, right? You got like what, Target, Walmart. I don't know, it's probably just Target and Walmart. I don't know.
Target, I think they're going to announce the same thing soon. But one thing I did want to point out is that I feel like so you remember back in the day when you could go to Funko Land and buy like every NES game for 10 cents?
Yeah.
And we all go, damn it.
Right.
Should have done that. That's how it is right now, I feel, for Blu-rays and DVDs and movies.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you can go out and buy. People are selling, 200 Blu-rays, $10. Just come and take them. Like, huge collection. You can get amazing deals on physical media for movies. And once it's gone, those are going to skyrocket in price. I just know they will. And like you may laugh, but like not everything. It'll be like, like games are now. There's cheap games, there's expensive games. Not everything will be worth a ton of money, but that people will start going for those. So like if you have any interest at all in buying physical media in general, like I wouldn't sleep on DVDs and 4Ks and stuff right now. I'm just saying now is like people talk about games and stuff, but movies is now because you guys know, like they're gonna when streaming sucks, what you want isn't available. You know, and then it like some TV shows, like, you know, they're like 4 seasons will be on one streaming network,
spread
one
out.
season will be on another.
It's so
It'll be
annoying.
like, it's wicked annoying. And then also, like, as time goes on, like somebody mentioned in the chat too, they always have licenses issues with the songs or blah blah blah, or they have banned episodes, or they have all the, there's always bullshit where you can't get the exact full experience. And so, like, I'm just like, no, I'd rather pay a premium to have physical media. So at least I just own it, and it can be altered or edited or deleted or changed, or, you know, it's just so worth it to me. And I know to the younger crowd that, you know, having a room full of this might seem crazy, but we're gonna laugh last. I'm telling you. We're gonna laugh last. So
it's funny because, like, we're watching, my wife and I got her really into Dragon Ball Z, so we've been chewing through DBZ, and we're watching it on Hulu because it's DBZ Kai, right? And it went through an episode where, like, Vegeta became Super Saiyan, the androids came down, and all this and that. And I was like, they just cut out like 10 minutes of dialogue here. What the, you know? And I had to go onto YouTube and show her, like, this is how the episode actually was. But that's the thing, is like with streaming and stuff, like, they can just pick and choose what they want to take out and so on. I showed her Blazing Saddles as well. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. There's a warning in the beginning of the movie now. And when I saw that warning, I was like, are they going to edit stuff out? Oh, man. But they totally could at any certain point in time. They totally could. But they probably just have to edit out the whole movie in that case.
Yeah, well, as soon as somebody gets offended by something these days, like they cater to them usually, and it sucks because they're scared of pushback. You know, like, stuff is like out, and, you know, just because it doesn't like it doesn't like click with people now doesn't mean you have to edit it. You know what I mean? That's just the way it was. You know. But a lot of these companies are scared of losing money, and they want to cater to everybody, which is damn near impossible. So, you know, that's what usually happens. So that's why physical media is always the way to go with stuff. And you talking about Dragon Ball Kai. Dragon Ball Kai was always, it was meant to cut out the filler of the talking and stuff. That's why you probably didn't see like a lot of stuff you wanted to show your wife in it. But it's actually a really good series too. But I prefer the original over Kai because there's no filler. I mean, filler's in there. You know what I mean?
Even the music's better.
Yeah, I agree. So,
well, the original's great if you can watch it and you own it. Like, I remember watching it on TV, and I just did not enjoy that shit, man. I'd be like, watch a 20-minute episode. I'm like, nothing happened at all. Literally nothing. They just
talking.
Up.
Like Freezer and Goku just talking. What happened?
They were just like,
Well, here's the thing in Japan though. In Japan, when those shows were coming out, I think they got 2 episodes a week. So they were. I guess that's kind of doable with the filler or whatever. Like, you got 2 episodes, you have to wait a whole week for just one. So that was good.
Well, but we would get a 10-minute recap at the beginning, and then like a 10 minutes of an episode.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
I know. I'm like, this is everything I just watched. This just
keep I know. Just show me the new shit. It's funny because she was like, my wife is 27, so, like, you know, a little bit of an age difference with her and I. I'm 32, going to be 33. And I was like, I used to come home from school, throw on Toonami, you know, in the middle of the afternoon. And, you know, you hear, you know, the Dragon Ball shit. And then it would be like the Namek arc. And then it'd be like one episode, absolutely nothing fucking happened. And then that's it. That's it for the week. And then you got to wait till next week. And she's like, you waited 1 week between episodes? I was like, yes.
Horrible.
So feel fucking lucky that you get to see it this way, you know?
Yeah, it was even crazier for me because when I first got into Dragon Ball, it was during the Ocean dub, so like when the Ocean was dubbing it. So every time you would come from like Vegeta's brother, I mean like Goku's brother Raditz coming after him in the first episode, you get all the way to the Namek saga, and then once you got to like Captain Ginyu or whatever like that, they would reset back to the first one. And we never got a new episode. It's like that was horrible because we were waiting for those new episodes for free. Yeah, we didn't get them for like damn near 4 or 5 years, and then they finally, I think, Funimation took it over. That's when we got the upgrade. So we kept getting reset back for a couple of years. It was horrible. So,
but see, again, to bring it back to ownership of physical media, You don't have to worry about, turning on a streaming service and paying for it, or, like the big thing with like all the VPNs, right? Is like sign up for the VPN and then you can watch this in another country, but you got to change your country first. And It's like, I would rather just have the DVD set, box set or Blu-ray set, and it's going to last you way longer than any, streaming service would. Because at any certain point in time, a streaming service could get bought by Amazon or this or that. And then you could lose that property, or they could change it. You don't own digital. That's the thing.
And what's going to happen is people are going to go start going more to piracy too, because they're just going to get tired of dealing with it. There's too many streaming companies. There should only be like maybe 3 or 4. There's like over there's damn near like 20 of them now. Horrible. Yeah. People they don't want to deal with it. They want to watch their stuff uncut if possible, which a lot of people have.
And no commercials too, man. Like you can't escape commercials anymore, even if you pay for
that. Did I tell you what happened to me? I was watching Amazon. I was watching a show called Reacher, and I was trying to rewind back to a certain part I watched. I said, "Oh yeah, we're to pay $2 more for commercial free." I'm like, whatever. I'm just gonna go back to this part and watch it real fast. I said no. Gave me a commercial. Got to the part finally. Watched a little bit of it. Commercial. I couldn't believe it. Gosh. I was like, dude, I couldn't even watch the scene. Commercial. I was like, what is this? Dude? Horrible.
Well, I heard that Netflix had introduced a commercials as well, right? Am I wrong in that, or?
I think they have.
Not wrong at all. Version. They actually they stopped doing the free trial thing because I guess they were mad at people for taking advantage of that for so long. So no more free trial. I tried to get a free trial. Like, nope, you got to pay for this service, and it's way more expensive. And I was like, you know what, dude? I'd just rather just download it somewhere because I'm just tired of it.
Yeah, I did notice that there's commercials in Amazon Prime, and I'm like, I pay for this already. Like, what are you doing, man? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, streaming commercials suck because it's like the same flipping thing. Like, let me put it this way: like on YouTube, Deadpool's coming out, right? Ryan Reynolds. Like, I'm thinking about paying YouTube money to stop seeing Ryan Reynolds for that freaking Mint Mobile shit that comes up. I'm literally gonna pay to not see him anymore. So I'm not going to see Deadpool just because I am so sick of Ryan Reynolds popping up on my phone. It is literally like, it's becoming like it's becoming a thing. I'm like, dude, shut up. I have a phone. I don't need Mint Mobile, bro. It's not happening.
Doesn't Ryan Reynolds doesn't he play the same character every time? Like in every movie? Like
he plays Ryan Reynolds.
Smart ass. He
doesn't play a character, he plays that
himself. That's it.
But I think that's why he's perfect for Deadpool. Like he is Deadpool.
Oh, that's true. In Van Wilder, he was perfect for Van Wilder. Like, great. Like if you want a snarky, smart assy type of character, he's the best. But that's all he does. It's the same thing with like Seth Rogen. Like Seth Rogen plays Seth Rogen. He does not play a character in movies. It's you just have Seth Rogen in your movie as Seth Rogen. He does not act.
Did you see the Mario movie?
I did. Yeah,
so
he was all right in that. I mean,
I was waiting for the and I didn't hear his laugh. I was happy about that. I was like, wow, okay, maybe he's starting to get a little range. And by that, I mean not being Seth Rogen every time.
I feel like Jack Black absolutely stole the show in that movie.
Oh, for sure.
He was so good.
Yeah.
But like, I think that they were all the voice acting in that movie was pretty well done. Actually, the whole thing was. I think so. The reason I think that movie did well is, again, it was similar to what I was talking about, Twisted Metal. Like, it was just a fun movie. It wasn't trying to be more than it should be.
No agendas, no stupid, underlying tone of.
Yeah, and it doesn't need to be like, you can just make a kids movie. It doesn't have to change the world. You could do that, and that's another topic. Like, I want to talk about, like, we can get into like the Stellar Blade stuff too, but it's just like, I like that Stellar Blade exists, and I like games that are like, thoughtful and thought provoking. And deep exist. I like, and I don't know, maybe the story in Stellar Blade is really good. I have no idea, but like the point is, like, there's room for everything to exist. And I don't know why everybody is so upset these days that people have different preferences and different choices and what they like. Like, I could care less. Like, it blows my mind that like that like there's a debate right now about whether it's all right to have an attractive character in a game. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is wild to me because it's like this should be this should go without saying that this is fine. And how is this upsetting anyone?
Right.
You know, but at the same
Yeah.
time, people are upset when they say all the characters are ugly now, and they're laughing and making fun of that too, which is almost just as silly. But I get that more because after a while, you're like, "Are you guys doing this on purpose or something? Like, what's going on? This is a little odd, don't you think?" Like,
we had actually talked about that on our podcast on Monday. I don't know how we got there on that topic, but you know, it got to like the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff, you know, and all that kind of drama and, you know, those DEI kind of things going on in games, right? The diversity, inclusion stuff. And I was like, are they trying to tell attractive women that you can't be attractive? No one wants you to be attractive. We want all these chicks who look like they ran into a wall. You know what I mean? Like and I'm not trying to be like super abrasive about it, but the Fable remake and that character model, like there's things that I understand, right? Like they obviously didn't have makeup back then. They didn't have this or that, but it's like, could you like at least give her some decent teeth or something? I mean, like, this is who I'm going to be playing as, you know, it's fake, it's fantasy, it's whatever.
That's you hit the nail on the head there, is that it's supposed to be fantasy. It shouldn't be real. And like, you know what? Who cares if they had makeup back then? Put some fucking makeup on her, dude. It doesn't matter. You're talking about a game where you could like pull magic out of your ass and like it's like not real. It's probably dragons. So I mean, does it you know, who cares? Like it should just be viewed as an artistic expression, and that's it. And like so this is one of the things that like I don't like about the whole thing, is that what it comes down to at the end of the day is it's censorship of art.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you like beautiful art, ugly art, offensive art, non-offensive art, whatever. It doesn't matter what you like about art. Art is what it is, and you shouldn't censor it. And sometimes ugly, offensive things can be the point of the art. Being offended is the point of the art. It's supposed to offend you. And like you can't, and you're like, just because that makes you uncomfortable, that's the point of it. Like you're just not understanding what they were trying to do. And you might not like art like that, but like you shouldn't like try to censor or stop people's expression. Like I just don't like that, dude. Like how have we gone to this point?
Yeah.
They've been steadily sneaking in there, you know, going back to the Fable thing. You know, when I saw that trailer, I couldn't believe they put that out, you know, and what's happening is a lot of these, I hate saying this, but these developers are getting these new workers, and these women probably don't look as attractive as some of the icons before them. So they try to interject how they look, how they think a woman should look in a game. But for us, I mean, men are visual creatures. So, you know, we like seeing a beautiful woman, you know, for our video games, Lara Croft, you know, a lot of other ones.
Bayonetta.
So, yeah, exactly. But when you see someone busted like that, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna skip this game. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna pay any attention to it. You know, I think the first time I saw it, I started noticing it. You guys played the game Battletoads before?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, the Dark Queen, right? You know, in the arcade version of the game, outstanding how they made her look. I was like, wow, dude, that's amazing how they made her look. But when you get the Battletoads sequel on the Xbox, I was like, dude, there's no way. I mean, it's like night and day, the comparison between it was like, wow, dude. I know there's like a year gap or whatever like that, but still, I said the person who designed this probably is not very. I don't want to say it like I'm not gonna say like she wasn't attractive, but I kind of like figured that she wasn't like this. Yeah, and I was right. You know what I mean? So it's like, dude, like they get these women in there, they're kind of like just not. They want to like design these characters how they think they should look, instead of like just I don't know, man.
It's almost like a power complex, right? Because they have control over what that character can look like, and they don't want it to look better than them or something. I mean, it's
exactly.
We're all human at the end of the day, right? And we all have these like petty little things that we would like to change, you know, this or that, and that's their one way to sneak in, you know, and kind of like take power back in their minds, you know. But I'm like, well, like you got to look at the percentages, right, of your customers. How many of them are men? How many of them are, straight men? How many, et cetera, et cetera. You got to cater to your audience because they're the ones keeping food in your mouth and a roof over your family's head and so on and so forth. So like
they're trying to play it safe too by going after established IPs. You know what I mean? They don't want to play it safe with creating something for themselves because they know how that'll turn out.
Look at Forspoken.
It won't work.
Yeah. Like that one game, it came out or Forspoken or something like that.
Yeah, Forspoken. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, did you hear about what they're going to do with Lara Croft? They're trying to like decolonialize her.
She's no longer a Tomb Raider. She's a truth seeker.
Yeah. I'm like,
weirdo.
Let me tell you, came up with
that is just stupid.
Look at what they did to my girl.
We can't have imaginary people, exploring imaginary tombs. Indiana Jones, bad. That's bad, guys. He's a bad movie, guys. It's like, dude, it's stupid.
See, I'm thankful that we had a lot of great Tomb Raider games in the past already, so we have great ones we go back to. But as far as the future, I mean, unfortunately, they're in the hands of people who have no idea what they're doing. They're trying to change what that character is, and they're trying to get us to accept it. You know what I mean? Even new generation gamers look at that like, what the hell? Like, she will be a Tomb Raider? That's why it's called Tomb Raider. Why?
There's a generation that don't know how good. Can I show you guys something? I'd like to show you guys something.
Yes.
I want to take a trip down memory lane. I want to show you. I want to show you guys how it used to be, the good old days, how things were, how good we had it, how good we ate back in the day. This is what we got when we were kids.
Oh,
2005.
Yeah.
Lara Croft swimsuit special edition.
There you
go. This is how we got games, and this is how we got marketed games. 2005. This is like 20 years ago. And now 20 years later, we're a bunch of prudes. We're a bunch of freaking losers. We're a bunch of like, oh my god, ooh, boobies. And it's also insane to me how the same exact people who say that it's bad that we like attractive females are the same people who say that OnlyFans is empowering and like a good thing for women.
There you go.
Same people.
There you go.
They talk out both sides of their mouth. They say that men shouldn't objectify women, but also Miley Cyrus getting up on stage and having sex with a bear or something is like awesome. Good for her. Madonna acting like a fool on stage is like a good thing. But if you're like a guy and you go, hey, I like what this person's doing. Hey, they're like, how dare you creep? It's like the ladies at the gym who film themselves scantily clad for millions of people to watch on the internet and then pretend to get mad when someone at the gym looks at their bum. I'm like, you're filming your ass to put on the internet for a million people to see. You can't have it both ways, guys.
Yeah.
Like, what is
I mean, I'll tell you this, every day in the gym, I always mind my business either which way, but
Joyce in this artwork, guys.
There you go.
Wow. Jeez. What game is that Tomb Raider or what game is that one?
I don't know. These pages are really stuck together for some reason. It's hard to.
I think I know the artist. Artist seems like he was the guy who drew Spawn.
Todd McFarlane?
Not McFarlane, Greg something. I can't remember his last name, but he was the guy who started drawing Spawn after McFarlane left.
I wonder if that's for Fear Effect or something.
God, you figured I would know. I have no idea.
That might be for Fear Effect actually too. That's another game. Wow.
But anyways, what I was saying is like at the gym, all these girls are wearing like clothes that are just riding straight up them. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you can't be mad when a guy looks at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And like they'll even wear like the skin color, same color of clothing. And I'm like, dude, sometimes I gotta do like double takes. I'm like, are you naked? Yeah. Like what is going on here? But at the same time.
So go ahead.
Oh okay. Yeah, I was gonna say at the same time, hold up that the cover again for Lara Croft. Okay, so at the very same time, women nowadays that are in part of these like sweet baby inks and this and that, they'll say that's unrealistic of a beauty standard and blah 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 blah. Bullshit. My wife looked like that right before she got pregnant, and ain't no surgeries happening. Just hard work, dedication in the gym, proper diet, etc., etc. They're just too lazy. They're just too insecure. They don't want to put in the work. You know,
I was actually going to mention, Nick, your muscles are intimidating me. Could you go ahead and get rid of those?
Ain't no way, boy.
You're
This ain't
setting
no
an
gun-free zone.
unrealistic body expectation right now, and
Yeah.
you're making me feel bad. So
You know what?
you're gonna have to
Michael's
go ahead and
burgers are
stop working
okay.
out.
I'm
Because that's how it works now.
I'm going to say this real quick. It's totally unrelated. Well, kind of related to what we're talking about. I was at the gym the other day. Well, it's a shocker. And someone came up to me and he was like, "Hey, man, I'm just getting off of a bicep tear. You know, I'm starting back up in the gym again. What do you think I should get on?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know. Like, what do you mean get on?" And he goes, "You know, Tran, Anavar." He starts naming all these steroids. And I'm like, "Dude, I have no idea. You're talking to the wrong person." He goes, "You're natural?" And I was like, "Yeah, I have no idea what steroids to recommend you, bro. Sorry." I was
like, snap it to a Slim Jim, bro. That's all I got for you.
Yeah, I was like, I'm a big, huge pro wrestling fan, and I saw plenty of my favorites just die off like flies because of steroid abuse, bro. So like, that was my like, nope, I'm never touching that shit, you know. But anyways, yeah. I would really.
If you can get as big as you are naturally, dude, why would you bother with steroids? You know,
well, exactly.
Like, at some point, I think it becomes like a body dysmorphia thing where some guys they just want to be too big. I'm like,
yeah.
you want to. It's like, I mean, I get it. It's cool, and I don't want to fight you guys. So you're right. You do whatever you want.
Yeah, no, right. Like,
I'm just saying it's unnecessary.
Yeah, but just to go back to like the whole you know, because like a big argument of, you know, the way they're changing female characters and stuff in games and in movies and whatnot is they say that it's you know, unrealistic beauty standard and so on and so forth. I'm like, have you seen He-Man? Or let's bring it back to Dragon Ball Z, where every guy is absolutely jacked. You think we don't have, you know, physical standards of our own that were thrown in our face? And I would say, objectively speaking, men have it way harder as far as the beauty standards go, because those looks are objectively unrealistic to the average guy who's not going to like use drugs or performance enhancers to get to that point. A woman, I mean, $3,000 breast surgery. There you go. Done. Problem fixed. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I don't know how did we get here?
No, this is how it always happens in this podcast. We're supposed to talk about video games, but we never do.
Then we were talking about Wal-Mart. Stop selling video games.
We started talking about Lara Croft and beauty standards. And blah,
yeah.
blah. No, so I honestly think there's just like in general, there's just the demonization of the concept of men liking women and women liking men. Like there's this weird social divide where I feel like people are encouraging women to not like men and they're encouraging men to not like women. And I think both sides are really unhealthy.
Yeah.
People should just chill. And, you know, if you're some guy out there who got his heart broken, you shouldn't take it out on all women. And if you're some girl out there and some guy, you had a crush on some dude and he never asked you out, that doesn't mean you should hate all men. All right. Like everybody has bad experiences, but there's millions of people out there and you'll find someone nice that clicks with you. So just have a good attitude and work on improving yourself and making yourself more desirable instead of worrying about everybody else being a problem. And I think that's unfortunately, some people want things without having to put any effort into things. And that's a huge problem.
And I think everyone's got to remember too, nothing worth having comes easy.
Nothing.
You know?
Nothing at all.
And I mean, that can even go into collecting, you know. You might have you might get that FOMO, right? But and everyone might rush to get these games. But eventually, if you're just patient and you wait, you'll find that game that you're looking for. You'll get that last piece to your puzzle, you know, and so on. But yeah, no, for sure. Like I've been cheated on plenty of times. Does that mean that every woman that I'm going to be with or whatever is going to be a cheater? No, absolutely not. You know, I got my wife and I'm pretty sure she's loyal. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, I mean, like, it's just to what you're saying. Like, and it can even go into like people that you disagree with, like just because like not every person you disagree with is going to be, you know, like a jerk to you, and nor should they, you know? So.
Well, I don't want to go too off topic.
Right.
One of the things you like, it's a good point, is like people these days like don't seem to be able to disagree without like being respectful. Like it's totally possible to do that. And people think I've lost that. I feel like everybody's too quick to insult each other these days and call everybody else stupid. And that's, to me, like, honestly, a sign of not being smart.
That's because they're behind the keyboard, man. Like they're not gonna say that to anybody's face, but like they feel safe behind a computer saying that stuff. That's why. That's why you see a lot of people thinking they can get away with a lot of stuff. And that's why you see all these battles on Twitter and all these social media platforms. But face to face, a lot of these people wouldn't say anything. We know that, but social media is giving them a blanket to feel safe to say anything they want.
God forbid, you go on Twitter and say like, having a great time playing my Xbox. You're going to get all the Sony fanboys bashing you about how your Xbox is trash and it's,
it's funny, nigga, that there's no reason like to have that war, because you got people mostly own both systems now. There's no like war between them. Like everybody can afford all three systems usually. You could play whatever. So I don't understand why people are always trying to just start that war that happened in the 16-bit era with Super Nintendo and Genesis, or of course, Sony and Xbox, but in the mid 2000s, but there's just no reason for it anymore. Everything is almost.
Wait, did you say you play your Xbox? Get the fuck off this podcast.
You know what? Here's something crazy. People thought since I didn't talk about Xbox, I hated Xbox. I always got called the PlayStation guy because I talked about mostly PlayStation games because that's what I had. But they took this as me hating Xbox and Nintendo, which I didn't. I love those systems too. If it wasn't for Xbox, Sony wouldn't be as good as it is, because they're competition between each other. They got to make sure they're at their best. And Microsoft made sure Sony was on point, because Microsoft came out guns blazing when the original Xbox came out. Even though it didn't do well at the time because the way they marketed it, the Xbox is on point. The first system to really push online, like online would never be what it is today without Xbox, Microsoft, how they pushed it, man.
Correct.
You gotta admit that. Never would have been that way. Sony had this way of approaching online where it was just horrible, dude. Like it was just a chore. But Xbox made it fun and friendly. The Halo Wars people had, all that good stuff. Man. Yeah. So Microsoft is a great company, and I love them just as much as Sony. But a lot of people won't believe me for that. But they always say, "Oh no, you're a PlayStation guy." I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. You know? But Microsoft, I did want to bring this up though. It's kind of sad to see Microsoft going the third party route. You know what I mean? But I guess that's just the way it's going right now, with games becoming like more of a subscription service now. They're trying to push the subscription service for everybody. Yeah. And we're not all about that. I know Ubisoft tried to bring it up, like sneakily bring it up, and one of the guys brought up in a conversation, but I would never, at least I feel that way now. I would never subscribe to a gaming service. I want to play my physical games like that. I don't want to be a part of a service because that means digital only, that's right. Accepting that stuff. And going the whole digital era, man, it kind of like made me really nervous when I saw the PlayStation 5 announcement, when they announced the PlayStation 5 physical with the non-physical systems, digital systems. I was like, whoa, no, what's going on here? And come to find out, 90% of games are bought as digital now. Physical media is like very, very. I had no idea it was that small. That's what scared me. I thought it was like more like 60-40, but no, it's way past that, dude. That's why these companies are trying to push all this stuff and get away with all of it.
So if you guys aren't out there buying physical media right now from the new systems, we're the problem. We're it says
we're holding you up.
If it's one of those things where like if you say you support physical media, but all you're buying is PS2 games, you're not supporting the companies now. And that's what they're looking at now. How many PS5 games are people buying? They don't care how many are selling on eBay. Right. They want to know of the current market. So like that's a thing that like I think like people, like if you really do care about physical, you have to buy the current systems and you have to support them during their current life cycle. Otherwise,
they could justify it. Yeah. All Microsoft and Sony have to do is just come together and say, hey, we're not going to do physical. And they agree on it. Boom. It's done. I feel like Nintendo always have physical because they're always in their own different realm or whatever like that.
Yeah.
But I like having control on what I can play or whatever like that. I don't have to depend on like digital content because these companies now, a lot of people should notice they can brick your system if they wanted to. They can make your system like act up or whatever like that. You won't be able to play the game. Now I know everybody's system's mostly online, but you can like play offline or whatever like that. But still, I like having control over what I'm playing. I don't want anybody like really spying on me because I this may be like a conspiracy theory in a way, but I feel like these companies they're using the achievement and trophy system to spy on how you play your games, which is it's definitely true. Mm-hmm. It's true, and they use that data, man, and it's like they use it against us. You know what I mean? In a way, not in a I don't want to say in a nefarious way, but it's just like it's a way to control us, and everything like that, how we play our games or whatever like that. So it's just crazy that, we have companies spying on us now, like trying to gather our data, how we play these games, where it wasn't like that before. PS2 era, PS1 era, we were off the grid, we were good to go. But now they can see everything you're doing, and it feels weird. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Well, now you're getting advertisements on your dashboard when you turn on Xbox.
I got one today. I said, get this out of here. Like, I don't care about trading for PS. Like, it was some weird advertising about trading. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yep.
Terrible. Yep. So, sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent there. That just came to mind.
No, man. It's cool. I mean, it ties it back into the main topic at hand of these stores ending physical media sales.
Yeah.
With movies and games and stuff. So, for instance, on the PS5, Helldivers 2, I held off on getting that game because I didn't see any store selling it. I was not I know it's an online service game. I know it's online only, but I still wanted a physical copy of it because the artwork looks great, and I'm a physical collector myself. I think I've bought one digital first AAA title, and it was like Call of Duty Vanguard, but that was when I had just the Xbox Series S during the COVID time. I could not get my hands on an X or a PS5, so I just settled with the Xbox Series S at the time, and that was the only game I ever bought for it. But I came across one copy of Helldivers 2 at Target, and I bought it, and I was like, all right, cool. Now I'll play the game, join the fight, spread democracy throughout the galaxy. But yeah, like you gotta support physical media. I feel like we probably sound like old men yelling at the clouds saying this over and over.
I hate saying that too. Yeah, I kind of feel that way too when it comes to it, but I think what's going on, Nick, is that a lot of, and I said this before. I said it on Jason's channel that the newer generation wasn't really like they weren't really taught the value of their money, pretty much. So like buying something that you own it or whatever like that. Nowadays, they come up with all these services where you can play a game on anything. Like you play it on your phone, you play it on your on whatever device, and they don't really understand the value of physical media. They never taught, and they don't at this point. Obviously, they don't even care. So that's why a lot of these companies were able to capitalize on that, and and I mean, basically 90% to 10. I mean, they're winning. It's crazy. So
real quick, I just want to give a shout out to everyone in the chat who's been chatting along and everything. We got Jeffrey Wittenhagen here.
Jeffrey's there. That's what. On, man. Yep.
So we got Jeffrey Wittenhagen here from Premium Edition Games, as well as Tristan from Premium Edition Games.
Okay.
They're killing it lately.
Speaking of physical media, man,
they're keeping it alive.
Yeah, I did their panel at Game On Expo this past March, and we were talking about the importance of physical media and physical games, and honestly, this isn't a plug for them or anything, but
no, plug them, Mike. You should. They're a good company,
but but they do physical media right. You know what I mean? Like when you buy a game from them, it's all on the cart for like the Nintendo Switch, right? There's no downloads, there's no this, there's no that. It's all there. There's no day one patches. And that's something that really annoys me about modern day, gaming as well. It's like you download the game. So consoles nowadays are mostly just like PCs, right? It's like the old PC days where you get the disc, install it, and it's on the computer. It's the same way with the consoles now, but excuse me, you get all these patches and nerfs and this and that, and that's something that I don't like. And you can kind of go into like the whole spying thing as well, Reggie, with that is they can change your game on you on a fly nowadays. If your console's online, update. If your console's online, that game is always ever changing. You know what I mean? And like at any certain point in time, it can be yanked from you too. They could, like Avengers,
Yeah,
right?
it's so good.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Avengers game. It didn't do that great or anything, but it's delisted now. So if you ever wanted to play it, you guess what? You can't. If you ever wanted to get like the definitive edition of it, guess what? You can't. It's gone. You can't get it anymore. You know?
Yeah. And another thing too, I remember like there was this game called Sea of Stars. They cut out some content with the completionists in there that they had like a side quest or whatever like that, and it wasn't optional. They said, nope, here's an update. We're taking this part out of it. Some people that are fans of him probably wanted that to stay in there. You know what I mean? So that stuff is pretty annoying. But just real fast, going back to premium edition games, what's cool about them is not only are they've done a lot of Switch stuff, but now they're dipping their toe in the PS4 and PS5 stuff, and also they're doing retro games on the Nintendo. They had this game called Bobby 6-7 that I played recently. Oh, here, Nick, you grabbing some stuff? Yeah, so just another plug for premium edition games. Love what you're doing, Jeff. You're still here. You're not at Disneyland, hopefully still, but yeah, man, just love what you're doing, man, and keep up the good work.
Yeah, dude. Crimson Tower, I think it's called. Looks sick, dude. It's like
So
a vampire.
I haven't even seen
clone.
the new games they put out. Like they talk
dude,
about
it looks
doing
fire, man. Yeah, no, it looks really good. It looks
So
like you're gonna if you have epileptic seizures, it might not be the game for you. But if you like pretty explosions, it looks freaking awesome, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta catch up. I still gotta put out a video for them soon.
Oh yeah, I've got a stack here of premium edition stuff. So this is like Mighty Fight Federation, and this is the collector's edition. You got Demon's Tier here, and this is artwork from Paul Niemeyer, the original artist from Mortal Kombat. And then real quick, sorry guys, I'm taking over the segment real quick to shout out my boy Jeff. We got the Switch collector book.
Yes.
What's that?
Part 1.
Is that just like goes over the physical library or something like that?
Oh yeah.
And
gosh, see,
like
you
Jeff,
Switch
man,
collectors,
like
Nintendo people, you guys you got it all. You got books on how to collect via Nintendo.
He's doing a PlayStation one soon as well.
Oh, all right. I was gonna say, what's
like
a
a Genesis
book? Nice.
All these books, and like I said, man, premium edition, they're doing physical right. I mean, that noise was the books on the ground. Sorry, it's a little heavy. I will always, and this is not me being a simp in any way, but like I will always pick premium edition over limited run for a multitude of reasons.
Everybody's kind of advantage limited run in a way.
Yeah, but
not me. I'm still standing for him. I'm the last guy.
Yeah,
I am. I'm just because I keep buying this shit. I don't want to be the only one. I don't want everyone to make fun of me.
I bought one thing from limited run, and Douglas kept giving me the runaround on it, telling me it's shipping out now. It's shipping out now. Almost 2 years later, I finally got my product. And I forgot I ordered it. It was a Zombies Ate My Neighbors collector's thing. But no, yeah, like premium edition goes above and beyond. And like what I really love is their challenge card program. So are you familiar with that, like Reggie?
Why don't you tell us about it? Because it sounds familiar, but yeah.
Yeah, so like each game, you got the game and everything here. So each game comes with a challenge card. Okay. And each one has instructions on it and different challenges. So like this one says, beat the third boss with the cleric. So, and once you do that, you follow the instructions and you get a patch for your completion.
Yeah, it's almost like the old Atari days, how they used to do the games.
Yeah.
Like compete and send in your scores, and they would send you like a thing like, congratulations.
Yeah,
young squire, you have defeated
and what's more too is they have fucking manuals. They have manuals in their games, man.
Detailed ones too at that.
Yes.
I like.
Sorry, I don't know. Can we cuss on this? I didn't even ask, man.
Yeah, it's
no,
$10.
Dude, you're not. No, of course.
Other than that, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
I like the. I love the NES sleeves they make for their.
Oh yeah.
You know what I wish?
Yeah, like, dude, come on, that's gonna hit.
Just to go over this real fast, because we were at the Game On Expo recently. I wish that John Lester had got to make his game physical with premium edition games instead of first press games, because we would have had it out by now.
Oh yeah,
the Sydney Hunter.
Yep, Curse of the Mind.
We're kind of going like maybe almost on 3 years that first press games haven't got it out, and I'm like, what the heck, dude? Like, how could you guys do that to your people? But they were so enamored with trying to get those IPs where you're making physical games, and they can't even bring them out. Unfortunately, Premium Edition games would have had that game out already. We were playing it.
Yep. So, anyways, I am saying this like right now, like if you want, and I'm talking to you guys in the chat, you who are watching at home, doing whatever, maybe even later on. If you want physical to be around, buy physical and support it and vote with your wallet, because right now we're voting minority, and it's only a matter of time before, you know, the companies go, okay, well, guess what? You know, it's just all digital now. I still don't think it'll happen for quite a while, if I'm being honest. You know, I think GameStop for sure will take advantage of the big box retailers ending physical sales, and GameStop, you know, and other places like that will be the ones. But we also don't want a monopoly on that shit either, because then they'll be able to dictate, you know, what games can sell for and so on and so forth. But vote with your wallet, you know, and that doesn't mean just like buying every single title that comes out just for, you know, buying sake, but you know, show your
support, you know, like, you know, introducing people to the store. Hey, you can get your games here or whatever like that. This game's coming out. Yeah, that's how you support those companies, if, you know, if they're, you know, legit or whatever.
Yeah.
I wish GameStop still had competition with, remember Game Crazy?
Yeah, Hollywood Video.
Yeah, I wish they were still around. They were great, but yeah.
That's where I first played Def Jam Vendetta.
Oh yeah,
one of the kiosks in there. Yeah.
Look, the fatalities in that game is hilarious, man. The Subway one. I mean, that game has some crazy stuff. It is a true wrestling game too.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I think I told you that in the panel. Yeah. I was like, it was supposed to be a WCW game, but yeah. What if you can, guys, still head to Walmart. They're still discounting games. I think they said they were going to be doing it for like the next 2 weeks. And they were going.
Yeah, there'll be more.
Yeah,
if they're clearing out. Same thing with Best Buy. You just want to. I check their websites every single day for deals,
right?
Because sometimes all of a sudden something will just go on crazy sale and it sells out fast, guys. So you need to keep an eye out. I'm still. Man, Dragon Quest. What was it? Monsters on the Switch.
Oh yeah.
Damn, that went on sale at Walmart for like $20, sold out before I even noticed.
Dude, I was trying to get
waiting on that game.
The Final Fantasy Crisis Core for PS5. I mean, it keeps calling out.
Scalpers keeps buying it. Yeah.
That's my thing. Yeah, I'm like, damn, they keep thinking like they can turn over for a super profit. I'm like, really? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I heard it's getting is it delisted? Something like that? Isn't the game getting delisted or something?
It's not delisted. You know, it's still on there and everything. It's just that everybody wants it because the PS5 version of Remake had limited quantities, and that one's actually truly valuable now because people are keeping their copies or whatever. You see people trying to resell it for hundreds of dollars. But now they think the same thing with Crisis Core. They're trying to make it that way by making it hard to get, and then they can release it for whatever price they want. So it's just kind of lame, man. I just want to play the game, but I guess I'll just have to stick with my PSP version. I'll play that version. I'll be good. You know, fine.
Could I show what I got from Walmart so far? Maybe we could.
Oh, we're gonna do that after. But it's actually time for a special announcement first.
Oh, okay.
If you guys haven't noticed, Figsy is not here. If anybody's knows our co-host Figsy, he's not here right now, and he's gonna be taking a little break from the show. Might be a few weeks. If you guys didn't know that, you know how he's really into GeoGuessr, and so he's decided to travel the globe to study all the world's cultures so he can become better and become a master at GeoGuessr. That's what he's doing. So we have a new segment on the show while he's gone. It's called Where's Figsy? And what we're going to do is he said that each week he's going to send us a photo from around the world, and you guys have to guess where he is. So here's this week's photo. Where is Figsy? Can anybody guess?
A mime, right? Okay. Well, obviously that's got to be. I'm gonna guess France.
And it is France. Congratulations.
Yep. That's right. The scarf, the mime. Yeah, that was easy.
The second guess was Canada because he was a clown.
That's true. That's true. All right, but what it really is too is it's about that time on the show where we have a little quiz. So we're going to play Figsy's quiz, guys. I hope you're ready.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, and I got us this cool, sweet background, dude. No more of this game show. This is one-on-one, head-to-head. This is Mortal Kombat right here. So you just bear with me a moment. I'm not as good at this as Figsy, so let me get the quiz ready. Let me get all the questions. As the guest, Nick, it's going to be you versus Reggie this week. There are no prizes. This is just for pure pride. Would you like to go first or second in our quiz this week?
Well, Reggie's way more knowledgeable than me in a lot of stuff, so I'll go first.
Sure. Well, these quizzes are good luck, sir, at that, and not you. Your knowledge might just be like a puzzle. You have to figure out what the hell a picture is, or knowledge don't mean much. All right. So, first question: which celebrity was once near the top 20 in the world in the highest score for Donkey Kong? Was it Madonna, Eminem, Mick Jagger, or Donald Trump?
I'm going to say Eminem.
And the answer is
Yeah!
Oh,
that's
man.
right. Eminem was once near the top 20 in the highest scoring Donkey Kong games in the world.
There we go.
To be fair, though, he was hanging out with Billy Mitchell at the time, so I don't know if I believe him. All right, Reggie, here's your question. You ready?
All right. Yeah.
How many games were released for the Super A-Can, which is a home video game console released exclusively for Taiwan and China in 1995? So saying
That should be easy. I'm gonna go ahead and say.
Oh yeah, there's choices too. If you can't see, there's 6, 12.
I see him. I'm gonna say it was. Dang, this is a tough one, man. Because I feel damn. If it's you know what, China always goes with high numbers. So I'm gonna go with 24.
That is not correct. 24 is not the right answer.
What?
Nick for the steal.
Oh man.
You gotta brush up on your Taiwanese game consoles from 1995, Reggie.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
From 95, so okay, even less.
It's just pick one of them numbers.
12?
And the answer is 12. Well done.
Yeah!
Clearly a wealth of knowledge, folks. He knows.
That's why was gonna be my other answer. I chose 24 though.
I'm just hustling you, Reggie.
This guy's an A-Can. He's got a full A-Can set. You didn't know?
Yeah.
All right, Nick, this one's for you.
All right.
What year was the first Binding of Isaac game released? Was it 2008, 2009, 2010, or 2011?
Oh man, I'm gonna get this one wrong, I'm sure.
I play this game constantly, and I have no idea. It's literally there. I know it's been around for a long time, though.
Yeah. 2010.
Not 2010, sir.
Ah.
Reggie for the steal.
2008.
Not 2008.
What? Come on.
2011, September 28th.
Oh,
2011 is when the game that sucked 5,000 hours out of my life was born.
Wow.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, I played that game a lot. Like way too much. All right, Reggie, this one's for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you an image, and you have to tell me where this iconic image came from. Okay?
Come on, man. That's too Nintendo Power first issue.
That's right. That's probably easier than the Taiwanese game system.
That's not fair.
What is 1 + 1? What the hell, man?
Hip hop anonymous. Why you give him all the easy ones?
So this one doesn't even have a picture, Nick. What was the name of the annual video game trade show that was hosted by Nintendo from 1989 to 2001? For the record, I had never heard of this before in my life.
Fucking crazy.
This is much more fun reading the questions than being the one having to answer them, by the way.
We all learned something.
Nice.
Can you say that one more time?
Yep. What was the name of the annual video game trade show that was hosted by Nintendo from 1989 to 2001?
I will just say gaming media meeting. I have no idea.
That's it. Oh my God. 10 points. No, I'm just kidding. That's not it. Reggie, do you know the answer?
I'm just gonna guess it was it called CES or something like that. CS. I can't remember.
I've never heard this before, but apparently it was called Nintendo Space World.
What the hell?
Wow. I have heard of that, but I would have never thought about it though, like at all.
What does space have to do with anything?
I never got to go to Japan a lot pre-2001 personally, so I don't know. Then again, I've never been there at all. So yeah, but apparently that's what it's called. All right, so Reggie.
Yes.
This is you. Okay. Which music band are the main characters of this game? So what game is this band? This is a game based on a band. What's the name of the band?
This looks like Project Overkill? I wouldn't be able to guess it, unfortunately.
You gonna pass?
Yeah, I'm gonna pass. Nick, this is all you.
Nick, do you know the band that this game is based off of?
I'm gonna say Gwar.
Oh my God, I wish there was a Gwar game. No, this is actually Kiss Psycho Circus. The
Oh, wow.
I was gonna say Kiss, but I was like, no, they just got a pinball game.
Yeah, I would have said ICP personally. That would have been my guess. Still wouldn't have known. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That's actually looks like a pretty dope game, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, this one is for you. Right? Right? Am I right? Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What is the color of the Sega Dreamcast swirl logo in PAL territories?
Oh, I know this one.
Blue?
Damn it, Nick.
Yes!
Yeah, man. I needed that point.
Very nice.
I just fucking snorted. I haven't done that since I was like
Reggie, here's your question, and it's significantly harder.
Yeah.
I didn't make the questions, folks. What NIS America PS3 trilogy game is missing from this picture?
I actually. Oh, wait a minute.
So
Okay, so I had that PS3 one.
3 NIS trilogies on the PS3, and one of them is missing.
It's the of the last 3 games, but it's Can I just mention what one of the games is called?
Sure.
Damn it, man. I own the game and I forget what it's called because they have these different weird like titles from there. It's Atelier. I can't even pronounce it. It's called. It's the one with the girl and the guy on the cover, like brother and sister. I think it's called. It starts with an E. Fuck, man, I can't even get this wrong, dude. I can't remember the name of it. They have these weird names.
It's not an Atelier game. If that.
No, it's not an Atelier game.
No,
okay. So it's an NIS game.
It's a trilogy of games. It's a trilogy, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I was okay. All right. Give me a second here. Just don't start that music.
No, that's cool. I would never know this.
I probably own the game too.
My PS3 knowledge is not that deep.
Hang on, you got to start the music. You started it around this time with me.
Dang, Nick is pressuring.
I'm competitive, man.
I got to pass, man. I can't think of it right now.
It's all good, man. I never.
Nick, it's up to you.
Nick, I have no fucking idea what these games are, so.
Nick is So what is it?
No idea.
The answer is the Disgaea Triple Play Collection.
I would have never got that.
Oh.
I don't play the Disgaea games. Wow.
Neither would I. I mean, I have played those games. They're fun, but I still would not have gotten that.
Just got to put a lot of time into them. It's like, ugh.
Well, that's the thing, and there's like 7 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, and it's one of those games where it's like you can recruit 500 characters. I'm like, okay, all right, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah,
I get things to do. All right, question number 9. Hold on, let me get him back up here.
I need a beer robot. Damn it.
All right, stupid phone. All right, question number 9. I'm going to show you a prototype of a VR headset, and you have to tell me what console it is for. And this is for you, Nick.
Okay.
Yeah. Jesus.
What console is that beauty for? I don't know what face that guy's making either, but it looks like he's seeing a virtual reality turd or something.
Yeah.
So this is a prototype VR headset for what console? This is a tough one, man, because not only is it like a random thing, it's a prototype. It's like not even something I don't think that came out.
Atari Jaguar.
Oh my god, this guy's amazing.
Yes!
Holy crap. He's running away with it, Reggie.
I just went off the colors.
That's impressive,
actually smart.
man.
The colors, yeah, dude. Wow.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Well
yes. Sorry if I'm peaking the volumes. I'm so excited.
No,
that's good. I've been there, dude. I got a Echo the Dolphin question right once. I was fucking broke. I flipped the table. I was like, "Oh, you serious?" When you pull them out of your butt, that's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, like. All right, Reggie. I'm going to show you an action figure, and you have to tell me what game it's from. So the name of the game's been removed.
Ugh.
There's a hint on there, at least.
I'm gonna go with American McGee's Oz. That never came out.
Nope.
Oh, it had a Rockstar logo on it. It probably
That's what I was
was
trying to tell you. It's got a hint on it.
Well, Nick's not gonna get this one, so I'll right, Nick, you're gonna pass it back over because now I know what it is.
Manhunt.
Oh, this guy.
Oh my god.
See, the thing that threw me off was the pig mask looked like a rat mask, you know. But the pig killer in that game was like one of the most infamous killers in that game, so I should have noticed that. But it looked like a rat from how I'm looking.
That'd be a cool piece to own. Actually, I would love to have that in my collection.
Have you ever played that game?
Awesome. I have it.
It's
I
violent.
haven't actually played it, no.
I don't think I've ever seen that figure ever.
I've never seen it.
They probably got banned.
All right, question 11 for Nick. I am going to show you an Xbox limited edition controller.
Mm.
You have to tell me what game this is. It's kind of easy. Not gonna lie.
Oh, Minecraft.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. You know what? Reggie got like the super easy one as well. So, let's call it even.
All right. Last question, Reggie.
I hope I get this one.
This boombox has a console built into it. Name that console.
What?
Where?
I'll give you a hint. The cartridge slot is underneath the cassette thingy. It's on the bottom.
Okay, it looks like it was built for a cartridge slot being that long. It's probably a Super Nintendo.
It's not Super Nintendo.
Of course. Nick? Start that timer.
That's a cartridge slot?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'll say Sega Genesis?
And it is the Sega Genesis.
Oh shit! Oh! Yes! Fuck it!
This is the worst I've ever done on this show. I'm so disappointed.
Dude,
This is the worst
I want
I've ever...
this thing really badly. I will look at that controller, dude. That is
cool.
What region is this? Where did it launch?
I have never seen this before. It says Mega Drive, not Genesis. So
I'm definitely Europe or Japan.
Yeah, it's PAL.
Yeah.
Well, it's Japan because it looks like the instructions are in Japanese.
Yeah, and let's just be real. Like everything cool that ever came out, it came out in Japan. So.
Yeah.
100%.
So the final score is that Nick wins.
Yes.
This is
Congratulations, buddy.
the worst I've ever done, man.
I can't believe it. I can't believe
Reggie.
it, honestly.
There was an episode where me and the guest got 0 answers correct.
Really?
The whole quiz. Neither of us got one answer correct. The whole thing. It was so painful. It was so painful, bro. So don't worry.
I'm putting this on my resume.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So, do you guys want to show off some pickups now? I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, I guess it's time for
what we got.
Some pickups.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
Reggie, you go ahead and go first. I'm gonna grab a beverage real quick, if you guys don't mind.
Well, that's what I was gonna do. So,
I'll go first.
Yeah.
There you go.
You guys go potty your nose and grab a refreshment, and then
Okay.
I'll keep everybody entertained. So I'll show off my David Hasselhoff SingStar again for the 10th time. No, I'm just kidding. This isn't a real game, but it is awesome. You guys are jealous, aren't you? You wish you had this in your collection. Not really. All right, so there was a bunch of sales this week on Woot. So we got some Woot sales here. So I got a ton of PS5 RPGs because there was just like a bunch on sale. So the first one I grabbed was the Caligula Effect 2. Yeah, I don't know much about this game. I know that there's the first one on PS4, and this one looks kind of interesting. I've heard mixed reviews. It kind of looks like a niche RPG. But yeah, it's an NIS game, and it was like on sale for $30. So I'm grabbing it. I'm pretty much going to try. I don't know if I'm going to grab every single RPG on the PS5, but I am going to try to grab the majority of them, I think, just because I'm having fun playing them on it. Speaking of that, I also picked up Fate Samurai Remnant. This is another JRPG. This is a Koei Tecmo game, though. It looks kind of interesting. It's like you're like a samurai, and it's like a cell shaded, like animated. It doesn't go for like a realistic look. It's kind of like a anime look. Graphics look amazing. It's all in Japanese. There's no English voice acting, which I actually really like that. I need any type of game that takes place in Japan. Like I only use Japanese voice acting anyway. So I don't know. It looks really good. I think this will kind of slipped under people's radars. I don't see a lot of people talking about this game, but I could see it being like kind of sought after in the future. Koei Tecmo games sometimes are pretty collectible. So, speaking of that, I also got Monochrome Mobius. This is another RPG. This is kind of cool though, because this is it looks like it's a turn-based RPG. It's not an action RPG, which is kind of nice to see a throwback to the old turn-based style. And I don't know a ton about this series, but it says that this is a standalone entry in the oh dear lord, the Utawera Rumuno series. You know those games with the U and it's like that's that game series. There's 3 of them on the PS4 as far as I know. They're like strategy RPGs, and I heard they're actually really good.
What region does it take place in?
What? I don't know.
I was just trying to get you to say it again.
Come on, man. Utawaranam, Utu, yeah, that one. And yeah, they look really good. Eric Landon. I don't know if do you guys watch him? Eric Landon RPG. I love his channel, by the way. Shout out to Eric Landon. He reviewed them. And he said
like one of the top 10 RPGs. Yeah, Eric. Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. So I love. So like when I say I don't like go to people for reviews or whatever, like he's the type of guy I would go to a review. Like he's just like an RPG specialist. Like he's played every RPG under the sun. So I care what he thinks about RPGs. Like I care what he thinks. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. When someone has like a proven track record of like they've played 1 million games in that genre, I'm like, all right, I care about what you think. Speaking of more RPGs, here keep them coming. I got Sword Art Online.
Oh, interesting.
Last Recollection. Yeah, so these are, as far as I know, like you can play them single player, but you also can play them online with friends. Like it's an online RPG. So that sounds fascinating. Like I don't have friends, so I wouldn't be able to, that's fun. And yeah,
I'll be your friend.
You want to play Sword Art with me, dude?
Where do you get these games at? Because I obviously they're not, sold at like big box retail. So
right now all of these RPGs are on sale on Woot. Yeah, so Woot.com is Amazon's, like it was like another company that Amazon bought.
Okay.
They ship their stuff through Amazon, and basically like once every 2 to 3 weeks they'll update their sales and they'll throw a bunch of stuff up there, and it's just like a bunch of random things. But like right now they just had a ton of RPGs for the PS5. One thing too, though, if you shop on there, when they show you the games, it doesn't show you like all the versions of the game. So like, for example, like it just says that the Switch version is on sale right now. But if you click on the game, it asks you like what version you want to buy, and you can get the PS5 version if you want, or the PS4.
Oh, right on.
So so just check to see what versions they have for sale. So, for example, here's one that we were talking about, Reggie, that I've been waiting forever for. This finally went on sale through Woot.
Yeah.
I remember it was like $40 or whatever, and I was like, I'm waiting. I wanted the PS5 specifically for the VR mode.
VR, exactly.
Yeah, this game looks like it would be pretty fun in VR. And on Woot, it only shows the Switch versions on sale for $19.99. But if you select it, you can pick the PS5 version. So I got this for $20, which makes me happy because it's been $40 for a really long time.
I didn't know there was another Operation Wolf game.
There's actually 3. That's actually the third one, because the other one is called Operation Thunderbolt, the second game on Super Nintendo too, Nick. So yeah, it might be a game you might want to look out for too.
The more you know.
Yeah, it has a flat screen mode too, so you can get it on the Switch or just play it on the TV. You don't have to play it in VR. But I'm like a VR loser. I like VR. So. This is the part of the show where Reggie's recommendations start infecting my pickup. So I grabbed this after watching your video, bro. Yeah. I don't. It's funny because like I watched that whole video with you at MGR, and I'm like, dude, that game looks freaking awesome. So
Yeah.
it's just like it's like a run and gun Contra style game, but it's like the artwork with Cuphead. And it's couch co-op, which I really, I'm a huge fan of that. Any game that I can play couch co-op with my friend or my girlfriend, I'm down. And I'm a sucker for artwork in games. I will buy games literally just from the artwork. And so they say, don't judge a book by its cover. I do that all the time. I judge games by their covers constantly, and just the way the game looks, I will buy a game, because of that. Like, I'm such a sucker for like gothic or medieval, or like I like heavy metal. I like dark stuff, horror stuff, like anything that looks creepy and weird and dark and scary. I'm like, I'll probably just buy it just because I like.
Have you played Lies of P?
I haven't played Lies of P yet. I'm waiting for it to go on sale. I'm a cheap collector. Like, so for me, it's like it's tough to justify buying games at $60-$70 when there's like 60 games on sale for 20 that I want to buy.
Exactly.
It's like I just like it's like Liza P. It's on the back burner. I'll just wait. I'm patient. Like that Evil West game we were talking about, Reggie. I'm just waiting. It's been on sale for like $42 forever. But that's not cheap enough. I'm waiting for that dip. It's got to be like 30 or less, sub 30, and then I'll jump on it. So
I just started playing that on Game Pass, actually.
Is it good?
Yes.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's pretty good so far. I only put about like 2 hours into it. And I know we were talking about, physical only and stuff. My Xbox Series X, when I bought it, it came with like 2 years of Game Pass. So I'm not going to let it go to waste. So, but yeah, I played Lies of P on Game Pass and Evil West as well so far. It's a pretty good game. It looks really good.
It looks gorgeous graphically, but I liked it. Reminds me of like a PS2 era game.
It reminds me of like a modern Dark Watch in third person.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Or like a samurai western or something. It's got that like kind of like cool mashup thing going on. Like it looks cool. I'd love to get it. And just so for the record, I'm not like physical only. Like I have digital games and I have Steam games and I have a Steam Deck and I emulate and I do all that stuff. I think there is a healthy space for both. I don't think people like need to have to be one way or the other. And like, I don't know why people are like, some people are like, you can't have physical games. You must have digital. I'm like, why? What is the matter? Relax. If you want to go all digital, knock yourself out, chief. If I want to go to Goodwills and buy physical, leave me alone, bro. Like that's what do you care? Like, why does that upset you, dude? Like because what it comes down to is that if people disagree or do something differently than somebody, they take it as like some sort of personal attack where like that means that you think they're dumb because they do things differently. And I don't think that way at all. All. Like I really like Flesh God Apocalypse. I'd say 1% of the population is going to like this band.
Right.
And I am totally okay with that. I'm totally okay with 99% of the people disagreeing with what I like. I don't have a problem with that. I've spent my whole life. Anyway. Here it is, Reggie. Finally came in. Toho Luna Nights, baby. This game looks
That game is great, dude. You're going to love it.
I really can't wait to play it. I wanted to get the Switch version too, but I was honestly like, the budget. I was trying to keep the budget, so I might pick up the Switch version later down the line. But yeah, this looks awesome. This only got released in Japan. It's got English. It's based off the Toho franchise, which if you guys know anything about it, it's like 3,000 million games. Like it was like I think it was an anime, and then they made a game, but then they like released the IP and made it like open so anybody could make games. So there's like 1,000 Toho games based on these characters. But anyway, this one looks like a 2D action adventure game, like a Castlevania style.
Yep.
Will that work on the PS5 really as well?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I usually will buy PS4 versions of games, except for the RPGs, because I feel like the RPGs push the systems graphically, so I kind of want the PS5 version. But this is a sprite-based pixel game. This thing,
that cover art looks awesome.
It looks like a quality game, dude. It literally looks good. It's cheap too. It's not an expensive game. It's cheap. Play Asia if you want to get it. This was also on sale on Amazon, $19.99. Finally picked up that.
Oh,
I loved the first game.
Oh yes,
and it's a no-brainer for me to pick it up. I think Jason was recommending this one too. Well, I think he picked it up.
Probably.
Too. Game's dope, dude. I love racing games. I like arcade racers, fun games like that. The first game was really fun, so I'm assuming this one's the same. But yeah, $20.
That game, that series has no business being as good as it is. I'll say that. Oh my gosh, the drifting in that game feels so good.
It is fun.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Sorry.
No, I love it. The first game, I played the crap out of it, dude. And I put like mad time into that game. I love racing games, though. Like I said, I'm glad that they're still cheap, and some people kind of like they're not really after it.
That one's actually got a story mode too.
Oh, it does it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it'll be fun. Looking forward to it. This one I picked up. This is Radergy 2. This is a shmup. Only got released in Japan. It is a weird ass shmup. I'm not really sure how else to describe it. It's like if Adult Swim had made a shmup or something. It's like really cartoony and weird and off the walls and kind of goofy. And I haven't played it yet, so I'm not sure how the mechanics work, but I've seen some videos. And yeah, the first game was pretty decent, and this is the second game in the series, Radergy 2. It does have a Switch release too, if you want to get it. But again, I couldn't afford to get it all. I just want my PS4 copies. I'll probably do another order in 6 months and try to get them all cheap on the Switch if I can. So here's the big one. I finally got Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Yeah, so this one was a GameStop exclusive, and it's pretty hard to come by. It's not super expensive. It's probably like $70 to $100 or something like that. A sealed copy is gonna probably be like $150 or something like that, I guess. But it's a fighting game, multiple Marvel Combat 3. But like I said, it was only available in GameStop, so it's kind of rare. It's kind of hard to come by. And if you guys know like some of the other games in the series, they're very expensive and valuable on some other systems. So yeah, I would grab this just because any PS4 game that is kind of expensive now, I can't imagine it getting much cheaper in the future unless it gets reprinted, which maybe that'll happen. But I don't think I've never seen. I don't think I've ever seen them do a Capcom game.
Yeah, you've also little trivia there. You got me on the cover art in that game.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're like you're somewhere there. You're on there. Yeah.
Hagar.
One thing about this game too, which is really cool, is I don't know if any of you guys says, but it comes with an actual like comic book, like a little manual comic book, which is actually really cool. I mean, you don't get anything like you don't talk about you don't get stuff much, but it's like an actual comic. It's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was neat. And then I got this for $9.99 just because I actually never owned it, and everybody keeps telling me this game's phenomenal. I felt like I had to buy it at some point. Titanfall 2. I've never played it, but everyone says it's got like one of the best campaigns ever. Do you guys play this? Anybody? You play it?
I had a GameFly membership and I rented that game. It was really fun. Everybody
says dope, and like I said, it's $9.99. So I mean, buy like 20 of them and just swap the cases for use them as spare cases if you want. Whatever. All right, so that was all my PlayStation stuff. This finally came in, Reggie, and again from your recommendation.
Nice, dude.
Got the Castle Crashers. You told me where I could find that. So it's not the PAX version that's worth $300 or whatever, but I don't care. I'd rather just have a copy of the game that I can play. And yeah,
right, exactly.
It's been selling out on the website like every time they put it up.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's still up there now though on their website. The company, whatever they're called, I don't remember. I'm the worst host ever. Behemoth is the website. Behemoth Games. So you can go and get a copy there if you want. It's like $30. I got this because it's Jason's recommendation from your video. I had to pick this up, dude. It's Boulder Dash. Hey, I've been all into the Atari lately because of the Atari Mini 400, and I got the Coleco Mini, and I don't know. I've been trying to find the finest version of Boulder Dash. And so I had to pick up the modern version to see if this was the best. I don't know. They're all the same. It's a stupid game you walk around. It's like an old Atari game they remastered. It's $19.99 if you want to pick it up. I had like $12 worth of Amazon points, so I think I got this for like $8. I was like, oh yeah, Boulder Dash for $8. And this one I got for my girlfriend, although you guys probably won't believe me, but I did. I swear. It's Sword and Fairy into. It's a Play Asia, East Asia soft exclusive, and it is a management sim where you run an inn and you're like a little chibi cute chick thing, and you're like super kawaii.
Kawaii.
I don't know. Kawaii. So those are my games, and then I already showed you guys. I actually just got this week. This came in this PS.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. How many issues are in that series?
Bro, I'm not even sure. Like, it went from like 1997 to like 2007, like 10 years worth, maybe.
Yeah,
there's a lot,
12 and 10. Okay.
Was that the official PlayStation magazine?
Unofficial.
Unofficial. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a hipster. I get the independent PlayStation magazine.
Are they easy to collect?
Yeah, to get into it, to start out, they are. You know what I mean? Like, you can find bundles and stuff for cheap, but once you get into like, I need specific ones, it can kind of be a pain in the ass. They don't come up very often on eBay,
right?
And the prices are just all over the place. Sometimes people are like, I want $1, and some people are like, I want $100 a piece. And fuck, dude. Like, so it's like that. I don't think the market's well established, so people are kind of just whatever. Yeah. So like, I'll do like a lot of the time someone will have like a bundle and they'll be like $40, and I'll just be like, I'll offer them like 20. And they're like, sure. I'm like, sweet. So like, you know, just lowball and try to get them cheap. Also, you know, with magazines, it's tough to collect over the internet because condition is kind of like a big deal, and it's really hard to see. They're not going to take a picture of every page and show you the quality of the inside of the magazine. So sometimes I buy them and they suck, and I just immediately upgrade them.
Well, and then shipping too. If you're buying a bundle, it's probably going to be an arm and a leg.
It's expensive because they weigh a lot, but yeah, you pay usually like at least $10 shipping, depending on what it is. So that's why I try not to buy one magazine at a time if I can. Here's another one I got. This is one of the later ones. This is towards the PS3. Yeah. So if you see this logo where it's like just the PSM, like the bigger one, this is like the latter years when they were getting closer to like PS3. So this is like 2007-ish or something like that. 2005, I'm sorry. So 2005, 2006, 2007. These ones are a little cheaper and easier to find than the old ones. The old ones have this type of logo on them.
Yeah, they got really great artwork, man.
That's why I like these, is because the official magazine has cool artwork or whatever, but all of the independent ones, these have all like hand-drawn artwork, like comic book style, and dude, they're freaking amazing. This issue I'm super stoked about, because another thing that like I don't know if I can tell you, but like so you could either buy these in the store or you could get them shipped to your house back in the day. And so like the ones that were in the store, I kind of like those better because they don't have the big like name label on them.
Yeah.
Whereas like you can find them where, you know, people got them shipped to the house and they'll have like a big white box here. And sometimes they're blank, or they'll have some random asshole's name on it. Be like, Fred, blah, 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 blah. So those are cool, and I'll buy them, but like I prefer these ones. This one was awesome because this is like really nice condition. It's got nothing on the cover, and this has 2 posters in it. This has like a brand new 007 I think it's Nightfire poster, or Agent Under Fire, one of those 007 games. And this thing has like a brand new full Half-Life poster in it, which is amazing.
Wow.
And, like, that's another reason I like to collect this stuff too, because like it's got other stuff in it you wouldn't think. It's got cool stickers and it's got neat stuff. So yeah, this one's like, this is an awesome one. So that's to me, like if you're like want to collect these are the ones you want. They want the ones with nothing on them, nice condition.
Yeah, I collect strategy guides, and I always try to make sure they have the posters in them.
Heck yeah, yeah. It's not, it all comes down to price. Like, I don't want them incomplete, but if you're going to sell them to me for like $1, I'll be like, oh yeah. If it's too cheap, if like the price is right, I can't say no. And then this one, it was a condition upgrade. So I literally, so like this one I had, it's got that stupid white box on it.
Yeah.
And this one doesn't. Doesn't that look much better?
Nice.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm getting a little obsessed with these things. Then I got this one right here. It's just another one of the older ones, Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
4. Nothing special. Yeah, that's it. That's all my stuff. I got a lot of crap this week.
How long did that publication run for?
I think 2006, 2007-ish. Like I think they made it up to the PS3, and I think they might have said there's another magazine called PSM3, so I think maybe that's what they became.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I'm not 100% on it.
Well, because that had Metal Gear 4 on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that had to be. Yeah. What was 4?
This one. Just another 2005.
Okay. Yeah.
I think 2005 are maybe the oldest ones that I have right now, but I think they did go a little past that. Like I said, there's so many of them, so I still don't have a lot. Yeah. Who would like to go next? I'm assuming you do.
Yes, Reggie's not here.
Well, I'm here.
There he is.
Up to you guys.
Let's talk. Who wants to?
I need to grab 2 more games, so why don't you go first, Reggie?
Okay. So, fix my headset here. It's all busted up, but still works. Just need some more tape to put around it. But today in the mail, a lot of people don't know about this game. Not even Figsy knows about this game. But we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What is this?
Nice.
Wrath of the Mutants. The arcade game is finally home on your Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series X, PS5, and of course PS4, which I can't reach the PS4 version right now. Let's see here.
Yeah, I heard that game is good, but a little short. But
it's a fun arcade game. I was having fun with it.
An arcade game. That's why people are like, it's short. I'm like, it's an arcade game. Like,
straight arcade.
How long
game.
you supposed to stand in? Like, you can put arcades quarters in for 8 hours. Like, your fucking parents will make you go home, son.
All right. Then I got the King of Fighters 13 Global Match. This is the Fix and Love Snapcase version here.
That's awesome.
So a lot of goodies in here. Soundtrack, art book. You know the drill. I love these snap cases for Neo Geo games.
Do you have all of them that they have? All the snap cases
for the Pix and Love? I think I have most of them, not all of them.
Oh, dude, that's such a cool...
I'm missing the Marco the Wolves one.
Subset.
I know, right? Speaking of King of Fighters, we got King of Fighters 14 sealed. So
nice.
Maybe I'll get this VGA graded or something. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. A lot of weird big box stuff here. I got the collector's edition of Sonic the Hedgehog Origins.
Oh, nice.
So pretty cool. It's the PS4 version.
That looks awesome.
Is that embossed on the back? Is it actually like? Can you feel the ring or?
No, it's just art and everything like that.
Okay.
But it did come with this as well. Where did it go? I had it here a second ago. Man, a lot of stuff. Jeez. Oh, here it is. Okay, with a Genesis box. So.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. Get a replica cart put in there, and I'll be good to go. Now, this next item here is not even Figsy knows about this one either. They just got this one. You guys are into Dance Dance Revolution?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here is Dance Dance Revolution Jungle Book style.
Whoa!
Yeah, dude.
Yo.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's insane. So I'm like, dude, I saw this. I was like, yep, the guy hit me up on Instagram. And he said, hey, man, would you be interested in this? I said, yeah, I would. And
yeah, I would.
I bought it with a quickness. It's kind of funny, man. Every time something unique like this comes up, somebody else is hitting me up for something else unique. So I'm like always choosing between them. So
yeah, I've never seen that before.
Yeah. I wish Figsy was here to see it, but he not even he knew about it. So
I'm sure he'll be watching the episode. So give him a shout out in France. Bonjour, Figsy.
Oh,
oui.
So you guys have heard of the game? called what's it called? Blade. That Contra game is called Blaze something.
Blaze and Chrome.
Blaze and Chrome, yeah.
Oh yeah.
The creators of that game, before they made that game, they made these two games, and here is the collection of them. There's Oniken. Oh, Dallas.
Nice.
Oh, Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas. For the Nintendo Switch, also available on the PS4. These are 8-bit games that are freaking fantastic, dude. Like, dude, Joy Master, the company who made this, man,
those are great games.
My headphones are like just done.
I didn't know that was the same company.
Yeah, the same company, bro.
Yeah, I have the Oniken and a Dallas digitally on the Switch.
They're good games, huh?
Yeah, really fun.
Those are really good games, and I remember for a while those were like sold out, and they got actually kind of expensive, and then they got reprinted from Play Asia, and so I would probably grab those before they sell it again.
You're gonna get PS4 or Switch version. Which one are you gonna get?
Oh, I got the Switch. Do they have a PS4 version? Because I think that might have been sold.
I have the PS4 version. Yeah.
I would have bought it. Maybe I'll check to see if they have that again.
Camera got all blurry for a second. Oh Lord.
Blur vision.
Everything's all messing up at once. It's crazy.
it's going crazy.
There you go. Oh, there you go. You're good.
Good enough at least.
Yeah. Did I remember I tried to buy that and the Messenger like around the same time because they look kind of similar. I'm like, I wanted to get that, and I was able to get that copy and not the Messenger. That is way too expensive.
That's funny. I bought those both digitally at the same time.
Yeah, I bought the Messenger for $5 digitally. I'm cool with that. Yeah, $4.99 as opposed to like 150 or whatever, 200 the game's going for. It's insane.
Next game here is Oddity, but Reggie's Radical Adventures for the Dreamcast. So if you ever want to play on the Dreamcast, here's the Dreamcast copy of the game, which we might print more soon. We'll see how it goes. But one of the most radical games you could ever play.
Is that Evil Jared?
Yep.
Nice.
Is it a 2D platformer or what is it? Or?
Yeah, 2D platformer, 8-bit. You know, you go on one of the most radical adventures in history. With I used to promote this better back in the day. This game is 10 years old. This hack for it is 10 years old. I used to promote it way better back in the day. But yeah, it's really cool. I'll send you the trailer for it, bro. You're gonna laugh if you see the trailer.
I love my GBA version I got for it.
Yeah, I know, right? So next one here is the I usually don't buy these products, but I bought this off a friend because he was selling it. But here is the Retron SQ. So basically, this is a pretty much a Game Boy system that plays Game Boy games on your TV. So used to only play Game Boy to Game Boy Color, but they added some firmware to it, so now it plays Game Boy Advance. So pretty cool, dedicated system to play your Game Boy games on, which is nice. You know, I like that. I just wish it had the link cable functionality so you could play 2-player on the big screen. That would have been nice to have that.
Looks small though. Looks like it's like a reasonable thing to keep on the shelf. It's not huge.
Right. Then here's Simulacra. Simulacra. This game is weird, man.
Yeah, it's like a phone game or something.
Yeah, it was like $12. I thought I was getting a deal, but once I saw how I played, I'm like, oh god, it's like this girl talking. It's like watching a TikTok video. You're watching some annoying girl talk about nothing. You're like, oh, next, and you can't skip it. So I'm like, okay, like when is it gonna get good? It's supposed to be a horror game, but I just probably gonna trade it in, man. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I bought it for my FMV collection. Because I was just buying like all the FMV games, and it's weird. It's like literally, I think it was designed to be on a phone.
Yeah, and they made it on a system.
And then they ported it to PS4, so it's like kind of weird.
Yeah,
but I heard it is interesting. Like, you know,
I got Lunar for the Game Boy Advance.
Nice.
Legends.
Lunar Legends, so pretty good game. It has like the sound in it is kind of like staticky, but it's an early release for Game Boy Advance, but it's still a really good alternate version of Lunar the Silver Star story. Like you meet certain characters in different spots and different story elements happen, so it's kind of cool. I finally got Final Fantasy Tactics.
Nice.
Advance, so now I have all the Final Fantasy Tactics games. I remember buying this back in the day when it first came out, and I liked it, but I couldn't get into it at the time. I mean, aside from the snow fight you have in the beginning of the game, which is pretty cool, But yeah, I'm hoping this time it'll keep my interest. So
I didn't like Tactics at first either. I'm always the same. Like every time something comes out that's new and it's not exactly like the thing I like, I'm like, I don't like this. This isn't Final Fantasy VII. What is this? And then I revisit it a couple years later. I'm like, oh, this is really good. I don't know why I didn't like it.
Here are 2 games. These are PS1 games for you guys. Nick, you'll probably like these. Anybody like the game NFL Blitz?
Oh yeah. I got the cabinet back here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this one right here is Kurt Warner's Arena Football Unleashed, which is like a downsized blitz. It's actually pretty cool. Game is on the cheap, so if you're starting a PS1 collection, it might be a game you want to get. Keep your eye out for this one, Nick. It's on it. Definitely should be able to find it at a Goodwill if your Goodwill is still stock games.
Okay.
But, it's like a I don't want to say low budget blitz, but it's like a more like downgraded type blitz, but it's still fun, I would think. So definitely something to keep your eye out for. And then this is one I thought that Joe would like too. I found out about this game a while ago, but I finally picked it up. And I'm a fan of NBA Jam, but they had a version of NBA Jam that was hockey, which is called 2-on-2 Open Ice Challenge for the PS1.
Oh, nice.
Made by the developers of NBA Jam, and the game only came out for PS1. So if you want a physical copy of it, so I picked this up recently, and it's like NBA Jam on the ice. Hockey, it's on point, dude. I was like, yes, this game is freaking awesome. So I'm surprised this game hasn't gotten ported. Games? Yeah, I know. Arcade sports games, I mean, that's where it's at, man. They get right to it, you know. So
is Kidsrow in that game?
Oh, yeah, he does the voice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, you know he's an announcer. He was all about Midway back in the day.
Yeah, I like arcadey sports games, super fast, not too realistic, a little off over the top.
Eventual Guardian Moonrider Collector's Edition. I hadn't even opened this up yet for PS4. The game is available on Amazon for like $30, but I had to get the collector's edition from Pix and Love. So it plays like that game. Oh, sorry, I'm angling it wrong. I'm like angling it all weird. So there it is right there. The back of it right here. Boom. It's like that Genesis game. Oh, that Super Nintendo game is called the rare Super Nintendo game. I forgot what it's called.
Hagane.
Hagane. Thank you.
Hagane.
Like that. So yeah.
Dude, some dude randomly in my town was selling that the other day. Just out of nowhere. Some dude like 2 houses down is like $1,500 for Hagane. I'm like, where'd you get this? What the heck? What attic did you find this in, you lucky son of a bitch?
Yeah, I know, right? Say $700 and that's it. No, I'm just kidding. But
I ain't buying no $700.
Me neither, man. Because you'll have that buyer's remorse. Like what you could have bought a stack of games with that money instead of just one. Buying one game is like, forget that.
No, I've told you anything over like a couple $100, like I'm trading stuff in. I'm not. It's not cash. Like I will get something that expensive. I will, but like I'm trading stuff in. I'm like, okay, it's 3 PS3s. I don't need. You want these? Something like that.
Next we got FX and Yuki for the Genesis.
Nice.
DJ brought this to the Game On Expo for me, hooked this up. So I've been a fan of this game for a long time, ever since he put it out pretty much. And this pretty much I'm on a lot of systems: Genesis, Dreamcast, TurboGrafx. Now it's on the Switch. Hopefully the Switch will get a physical copy. We'll see what happens. And he's also working on the sequel. So it's going to be on the Game Boy. Yeah, so very, very cool.
Shout out Saramaru.
Saraku, check it in. This was sent to me.
Switch release would be huge.
Oh, 100%. You know, it's already on the store, thankfully. So, but when you get that physical, it's gonna be awesome. My Joy-Cons on the Switch have been terrible, and like sending them both in, like to Nintendo, and not having anything to use, it's always annoyed me. So I've always like procrastinated, like actually sending them in. But this company sent me these ones right here, so hopefully these are gonna be better for Nintendo Switch. So. I'll probably be doing a quick video on these pretty soon here. Hopefully these will be the perfect Joy-Cons for my Switch. So I'm pretty excited to try these out.
What company is that? I'm a huge fan of Joy-Con alternatives.
They got MOBA Pad.
Oh, it's MOBA. Oh, I bet those are nice. I used to have a MOBA for my phone, my smartphone.
Oh, perfect. So I'm looking forward to these because the Joy-Cons I have are like, like get out of here. The drift is like annoying, dude. I can't believe that happens on those.
Dude, I am a huge fan of the Hori pads. I don't know if you tried those. I love those, dude. Like, I wish they were wireless. If that's the only thing they don't have, is they don't have the wireless functionality. But if you're playing in handheld, dude, they're so good.
Woot had a sale for a Rune Factory Special Part 3, so I picked that up.
Nice, dude.
I like these collector edition boxes. I've never really played a Rune Factory game, but
they're good.
They're actually, I hear they're pretty fun.
They're like Zelda, and then you farm too.
Yeah, and then you can fall in love in the game and get married and all that stuff.
They're cutesy, yeah. They got relationships in. They're they get the chick game label thrown on them, which is understandable, but they are fun games if you play them. They're like they're deep. There's a lot to them.
Then this one right here, a lot of people don't know about this one. A Space for the Unbound. PS5, Switch,
that's
and
a
PS4.
Gorgeous edition.
Reason I picked this game up because I like pixelated sprite games. It's basically a story-based game where you kind of like do like little quests for people and like unravel a story. Story's really deep, but the pixelated graphics is what really makes it stand out, I would say. So because of a lot of extras in it, soundtrack, art book. Damn,
it's got
only digital
supernatural elements too. Like I think it's got some like supernatural thing going on. Like I haven't played it, but I remember it's either time travel or something.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah,
I heard it was really good.
And then I think lastly, finally, I have this is in my video today, but I took it down because I was having sound issues. But here's the Laguna Lore from Final Fantasy VIII action figure I got. So it's missing the machine gun, but it's still cool to have because he's actually my favorite character in the game. So like seeing this at the show was pretty awesome. So pick this up. So yeah, I got my little action figure here. And that is it for me with pickups. Woo.
There's a lot to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was. Oh God, I watched so many videos I can't even keep track of them. I think it was Dan from JRPG Life. He went to the convention. He was showing off like one of those booths had like so many Final Fantasy VIII action figures, dude. Like they looked so sick, dude. Expensive though. They were not cheap. It's like each pack was like $200.
Oh my gosh!
Ouch! Yikes! Ugh. What you got for us, Nick?
Yeah. Okay. So we'll go ahead and show off some of the games that I got from Game On because it's still pretty recent. After Game On, I really didn't, get too many other pickups other than the Wal-Mart stuff, just because number one, I got a baby on the way. So,
congratulations!
Thank you. Money is allocated that way right now, but I did pick up quite a few PSP titles at Game On Expo. So the first one I got is X-Men Legends 2, Rise of the Apocalypse for the PSP. I love these games. They're like, little dungeon crawlers, so to speak. I thought I lost my PSP and I found it under a drawer in my nightstand. I was like looking for it because Reggie had posted a post about like, check on your batteries, make sure they don't explode or balloon or anything like that. And I was like, where is my PSP? And it took me on like an hour-long hunt. And finally, I pulled out the drawers of my nightstand, and there it was, like covered in dust. And the battery was still good, thank God. But so yeah, that's the first one. Next one up I got is Ratchet and Clank Size Matters. I'm a big Ratchet and Clank fan. It was one of the, the first game was one of the very first ones I got for my PS2. And then next one up, I got Star Wars Battlefront 2. Nice. I mean, it's Star Wars Battlefront. There's not much else to say about that.
Handheld. That's
fun.
Yeah.
Next one up, I got Soul Calibur Broken Destiny, and this one's cool because it's got Kratos in it. I'm a big Soul Calibur fan. I saw Kratos and I saw a good price, and I was like, I'm in.
Yeah, dude. Soul Calibur is. Yeah, I switched back between that and Tekken as my favorite. Like I absolutely love both of those franchises.
Yeah, and there's something about the Soul Calibur look. It's always looked great. It almost looked like a generation ahead, graphically speaking.
Oh yeah,
whatever console
on
it's
the Dreamcast, it looked insane. Dude.
Yeah,
it smoked the PS2. I'm sorry, like it looked so much better than anything on PS2.
Well, and even Soul Calibur 2 on the like the original Xbox looks like a 360 game. It is so clean, Next up, I got the Gradius collection on the PSP. I got this one for a really good deal. It's got Gradius 1 through 4 and then Gaiden as well. This was like the first game I ever played on the NES when I was like a little wee kid, you know, so it always holds a special place in my heart. And they're just such fun, like pick up and play games, you know, and that's my style.
RNG Gamer was on last week. He's like, you ever beat that game? I'm like, no. He's like, oh, it's not that bad. I'm like, what are you? I'll never know. That game is no.
Yeah,
I'm not beating that game.
There's this one spot in the first Gradius where it's like a volcano and shit's just erupting. And there's like, unless you have your speed all the way up, there's no way you're dodging all that stuff. And you're going to run out of lives. It's real cheap, but yeah. And then next up, so like I said, just like a couple minutes or seconds ago, most of the games I play are pick up and play games because, you know, I own my own business. I run my podcast. I run my channel. So, and, you know, I'm a father and stuff. So it's like my time is spread everywhere, but I'm really trying to branch out and try different, you know, genres of games and whatnot. So I saw Final Fantasy on the PSP and said, you know what? This is right in my wheelhouse right here because it's mobile. I can play it wherever. I can, you know, play it in bed if I want to for like half an hour to an hour at a time. And I've never played like other than 8 and 9 and 10 any Final Fantasy game. So I thought, you know what, let's start it off with the root, and I got it for a good deal. You know, and all of these games have like the manuals and stuff too. They're all complete. So I was really happy about that. Next up, Rainbow Six Vegas for the PSP. It's Rainbow Six Vegas. You know, there's really not much to add to that. You know. And then jumping on the Final Fantasy Tactics line, we've got Final Fantasy Tactics: The War of the Lions. So this is a game where I'm stepping out of my comfort zone, and you know, the RPGs, it's really hard for me, like I said, to get into them just because time is very fleeting in my world, so, or in my life. So I thought, you know what, let's try this out. I know there's a very big difference between like the tactics games versus mainline and stuff. So I'm excited to play it, honestly. Like, it looks really cool. I don't know anything about it, and that's what excites me. You know.
I was always, is that like a fancier version of the PS1 game, Reggie, or is that a different game? I think you're muted.
I believe it's a port, but an advanced port of the game of the PS1 version. It has a couple extra features, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I was never sure if it was like totally different.
It has new CG cinematics, new characters, new jobs and missions, and new multiplayer battles.
Well, never mind. That's a pretty pretty enhanced version.
And then next up, we got a FPS for the PSP, and that's Coded Arms from Konami.
Yeah, I remember that game.
Yeah, this looks really rad and like right up my alley. So I was really happy and excited. I think I got this for like just $5 or below.
Right on.
At the show.
Yeah, PSP is still pretty affordable for the moment.
Yeah, nobody's on it, which is great. So you like PSP hunting. Mm-hmm. I mean, you find it. So.
But the heavy hitters, but then there's the majority of them are really reasonable.
Yeah, and what sucks too is like at the conventions, no one's really bringing those games out because no one's out looking for them. So I think I had maybe like 4 booths out of all of the booths at Game On who were actually like had PSP games to sell.
That makes sense. They probably want to bring all their NES stuff and all their N64 stuff, and yeah.
And then next up, I got Killzone Liberation. You know, top-down shooter. So I didn't know anything about this game when I bought it. I thought it was maybe just like the VR missions version of Metal Gear Solid, but it's Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops Plus.
Oh yeah, the online one.
Yeah. This game was not what I expected at all. And yeah, I've put in like half an hour into the game, and I was like, I don't think this is for me, and I don't think this game is really worth anything right now. But it is what it is. You know, sometimes
sorry, good.
I was just gonna say sometimes you just get one of those games, and you're like, oh well,
It's an expansion mostly of Portable Ops Part 1. Portable Ops Part 1 has like a story and everything like that you follow with Big Boss and Colonel Campbell. But that one's just more like an online extra mode. So kind of like it's like one half of a certain game, I would say. So
it was like talking about convincing bad guys to be on your team and this and that. And I was like, oh, I think I fucked up here. And then last for the PSP, I got Untold Legends. Reggie told me that this was a launch game for the PSP. I'm digging it. It was hard to put down after I was done getting footage for screen capture because it reminds me so much of Champions of Norath. And I love Champions of Norath on the PS2. So really cool, RPG style, hack and slash kind of game. And then we'll speed through here a little bit. I got a couple of titles recently. One of them being Stubbs the Zombie, Rebel Without a Pulse for the Nintendo Switch. It's an original Xbox game developed by the Halo team, which is like so weird because it is not like the Halo at all. I got this. It is new or used new stock at GameStop. So they sell it used for $15, but they're literally new copies that they just open right before the transaction. So I got this for $15. Hell of a game. I have it on the original Xbox as well. And then next I bought the wife Princess Peach Showtime.
Nice.
She loves this game. Super fun from what I've heard. I haven't played it myself, but it looks neat.
Yeah, it's a fun one, man.
Yeah. And then I just bought this yesterday, Cuphead for the Switch.
Oh.
Yeah, this was $20 at GameStop right now during the Pro Week.
Okay.
And it comes with like collectible cards and a like Cuphead membership card.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I like games that are a little like harder games. Like they're challenging, and that game, everybody hyped it up so much, and I was like, how bad could it be? And then I played it for a while, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's pretty frustrating.
Yeah,
it's pretty damn frustrating. Yeah,
I've actually never played it, so I'm really excited to own it.
It is a good time, but yeah, it'll test your patience for sure.
Yeah. And lastly here, I've got the Wal-Mart pickups. We'll just go through those real quick.
Okay.
I got Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania for the Switch. Got this for $5. And then next, I've never played these games ever, but I was very excited to see that it was $5. I got the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So it's got Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, and then all the DLC for those games.
Yep.
So super good deal.
That's all on disc, then that's a really good deal. Those are
yeah, it is.
Yep. I'm a big MX versus ATV fan. I got MX versus ATV All Out. This is the 2020 Supercross Special Edition, so it's got some DLC on there as well. That's for the Xbox One, but you can play it on the Series X. That was $5. I got World War Z Aftermath for the Xbox Series X.
Yes, I love that game.
I got this for $5 as well. I've heard really good things about this, but I never really wanted to pay full price for it. It was one of those games where I was like, if I get around to it, I'll get it.
You ever play Left 4 Dead before?
Yes.
It's like that, but a lot better.
Okay.
It's fun, man.
Okay,
we play online together. We'll play online together, maybe.
Dude,
and then the next one, I saw it for $5. I already have it for the PS4, but this one was for the Series X, and I was like, I have to get it. and it is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, the remastered edition. I'm a Tony Hawk kid. I grew up, with the games, the soundtracks, thank God for Goldfinger, Meloncolin, and Lagwagon, a bunch of other bands, that really spread my musical taste as a kid. I was really excited to get that for $5.
Those are really good games.
Oh, big time.
As far as remakes go, that's probably one of the only ones that I'm like, that was a win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked they didn't do the 3 and 4. Like, I don't get it. Like,
yeah, I think it was maybe just the nostalgia hype for the first couple. I don't know.
Yeah.
3's my favorite, so I'm a little partial.
3 was actually online, if you remember. That was first.
I love 3. I just to me that was so. In 3 was like when they actually started adding a lot of the better mechanics into the game. So that's probably why I liked it so much. And they added that into 1 and 2. So
yeah. This one I was super excited to get because I was waiting for an appropriate price drop, but then I got this one just at such a good deal, and that is Marvel's Midnight Suns Enhanced Edition. I got this for $10.
Nice.
And like, I was super hyped about it when it was coming out and everything, but I was like, damn, there were so many different editions. Like, I didn't even know which one to get. They were all $70 to like $100. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for it to come on sale. I heard it's a really long game too. And, it would take me forever to beat, but for $10, I'll buy that for sure. For sure. Next up, I got the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. So this has all 9 films, in story and whatnot. And I'm all for like games I can play with my daughter. She's 9. We play like Minecraft together and stuff. And
perfect game for that.
Yeah,
man.
great couch co-op.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Yep.
Got this for $10. Not bad at all. And then lastly,
because it has like actually some action. It's kind of fun to play, but it's not gory at all. It's just like,
oh yeah.
So it really is perfect because it's like, as an adult, you can actually have fun. And you know what I mean? It's not like playing Roblox or something where you're like, I don't want to do this.
Oh yeah. She keeps asking me like, Dad, when are you going to make a Roblox account so you can play with me? And I'm like, well, let's play Minecraft instead. Come on, let's continue building our castle.
Yep. Exactly. Just find games that you like. Yeah.
This last one, I literally found the last copy, and when I grabbed it, I did this embarrassing yes out loud in the store, and that is Spyro the Reignited trilogy. I got this for $5 at Walmart.
Nice.
I grew up during the Crash Bandicoot Spyro era, and I was a Crash Bandicoot kid. I never really got around to Spyro, so this is the time that I get to actually dive in and see what Spyro has to offer. I know it's like a totally different kind of pace of a game, but for $5, I mean, dude, you can't beat that.
It looks gorgeous. Those games are really good too. They're fun. Yeah, I was actually playing that this week because I saw the Wal-Mart sale and that was one of the games on it. Like, I want to play Spyro because I have that. I enjoy it. There's one thing about I honestly don't know if this is accurate, but like when that game first released, it says like download required on the front of it.
Yeah.
And what it is like the first game is fully on the disc. I don't know about Xbox, but on the PlayStation, the first game was fully on the disc. And then for the second and third game, you had a not like a download code, but the game required like a patch to add levels to the second and third game.
Gotcha.
So like on the disc, it wasn't complete or whatever. But I've seen on Reddit forums, which I haven't confirmed this, somebody said that like they reprinted the game over the years and like the later versions are complete on the disc and don't require the install, but they still say internet download required on it. That's what it says online. I haven't been able to verify it, and I'm like, I don't know if I feel like just buying random copies of that freaking game till I find one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause
Yeah.
you can't, it's not like you can distinguish when it was printed on the cover or something. So I'm like, I don't know. But if anybody knows in the comments, anybody's watching this,
Yeah.
if anybody out there owns a copy of Spyro and they can confirm that it installs all of the games without an update, that would be cool.
I feel like this one's got to be a later one. Number one, because it was still in stock, right? And it also says Xbox One X enhanced. I mean,
so what Speed Killer says is the 2019 version, which is what I saw online. If it says, I heard if it has the 2019 on the disc, then it should be complete for PS4. But I don't know if that's true for Xbox.
well, shit, I gotta rip this open.
Yeah, it's only $5, brother. I busted
Well,
open.
yeah, all these games I had planned on playing, so I'm using my mustache comb to rip open the plastic here. And that still didn't work, so we'll find out right now together. He broke the seal.
I was so irritated
value
when I found that out because I bought the Crash Spyro double pack.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, yay. And Crash is complete on the disc, and the Spyro required that stupid update. Maybe.
So this says 2018, 2019 on it.
Well, if it has 2019 on it, I think you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot that Xbox One games, the disc is on the left side of the box, which is weird.
That is weird.
Oh. Yeah, see. It's like backwards.
They have the worst cases ever.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Xbox cases are absolutely like, it's almost like they want you to not like them. The way I've described it, that they're like, we're going to make these so crappy you just buy digital.
Yeah. Yeah, because when you open it, you look right to the right side and there's like nothing there.
It's weird.
Yeah, the disc does say 2019 on it. And on the back here, on the back, it only says 2018. So
I heard it's what's on the disc that matters, not what's on the
okay.
artwork. So, well, we don't have to find out now or nothing. But when you install it on your system, see if it just loads the whole game without the update. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try to find it because I'm going to go out and try to find a copy that's complete on disc if that's the case. I think that's worth it. Yeah, those are good games. I'd love to have that complete on disc if I could get them. Oh
yeah, they were also selling Crash Team Racing, the remake for $5. But every Walmart I went to, they were sold out. And I was bummed because I have the PS4 version of it, but when I opened up the case, the game's not in there, so I have no idea where the game is.
Fun.
Yeah.
Did you have any more pickups for us?
That's it.
Wow.
Well, at 20 plus something stack there. Yeah, only that.
We had some serious pickups, gentlemen, today.
We did.
Yeah, we could have made a video out of it.
But we can. So that's the beauty of the podcast. If you want, you can cut it up and make videos out of it.
Yeah.
Which feel free to do so. Whatever you want to do. But it is pretty late, gentlemen. We've hit the 2.5 hour mark, and I think that was a pretty awesome show. And it was a lot of fun, and we'll definitely have you on again, Nick, if you'd like to come back. We'll definitely do this again.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope I'm up your guys' alley, with your crowd and everything like that. I appreciate all the kind comments. I've been kind of like looking every now and then, and suppose I thank you to everyone who's watching, and taking a chance on some weird new guy,
So where can everybody find you?
So you can find me on Instagram at nerdynick_91. You can follow me on X or Twitter, whatever you like to call it, at buffnerd. You can also find me on YouTube at the YouTube channel NSquaredPodcast, where we go live every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Arizona time. I say Arizona time because Arizona does not change their time zones when it comes to daylight savings time. So just click that bell for notifications so when we always go live. We talk about all things video games, pro wrestling, movies, comic books, and more. And weekly uploads every Friday where I cover whatever subject I feel like covering that week. I work hard on the video, so please watch. And also follow our Facebook page. It's just called the NSquaredPodcast. But yeah,
very awesome, dude. Pleasure to have you on. And Reggie, I mean, everybody knows you, so I don't really have to plug you, but
no need.
you know, just check out Reggie. You know, he had a new video came out today right before the show, so if you haven't watched it, check it out. And then yeah, if you want to sub to me, you can too, but I have nothing on my channel except this podcast, so enjoy.
Right on.
But yeah, I had a great time tonight, guys. And
Yeah.
I hope everybody has a really nice night. So take it easy, everybody.
See you guys.
You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation collecting sticks, and come on, won't you sing with me? Welcome to the show. Gather round the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Gonna talk again, but we got the fans. Gonna put their knowledge to the test. Gonna laugh and eat, gonna listen and treat, gonna show you things you've never seen. Gonna sing the song to the break of dawn. Gonna rock this party all night long. So come on everybody, let me see you dance. Get yourself ready, you got one more chance. You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation collecting sets, and come on, won't you sing with me? Welcome to the show. Gather around the boys and girls,